What's up, everybody? Welcome to another watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. My name's Isha Dromi alongside Chad Minton. How's it going, man?
What's up? Let's go. Preds lost their last game against the Oilers, Connor McDavid and company, and we're going up against the Canucks tonight. I'm not nearly as worried. Just going to throw that out there.
Look, man, there's no shame in losing to the Edmonton Oilers right now. Sorry, losing to McDavid and Draisaitl right now, single-handedly. The chat's already blowing up here, so before we get to all of our housekeeping notes and run down the show, let's get to some comments because, as I always say on this show, Chad, it's a comment-driven live stream / watch along. We're sitting back here having a conversation with you all watching this game. Right off the bat, Maddie. What up, Maddie? Says, let's go Vancouver Canucks. Sean right now says hello. Twice, actually. So hello and hi to you, Sean. Milo says, hi, guys. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well, Milo. And Justin joining saying hello.
Yes, Justin is in the Catfish on Ice Fantasy Hockey League. What's up, Justin?
What's up, Justin? He says, where are you guys watching at so I can try to sync up the best I can? Are you asking like on what streaming service and or cable device are we watching this game? Because I'm in Canada right now. Chad is in Nashville. Put it this way, Chad's got it on his TV. I might be a few seconds behind. That's why Chad's going to be updating everybody who's sitting back watching along with us right now and commenting live on all the action. And I'll quickly catch up there and join in on the fun. But again, a comment-driven live stream. Excited to sit back and watch this game throughout the evening with you all. And yeah, let's get into some housekeeping notes here. I'll drop it in the chat momentarily. What does Justin say? He says, are you on TV is my main question. Chad's on TV.
I'm on TV right now. Yeah, I'm like right there.
Yeah, there you go. Which channel can I watch, guys? It depends, Sean. Where are you at? Are you in the States? Are you in Canada? Hit me up in the DM on Twitter at VI Sports Talk if you need a hookup for somewhere else. Okay, before we dive right back into the comments, keep them coming. We'll get to every single one, I promise. We want to run down some housekeeping notes for this Nashville Predators Vancouver Canucks watch along. First of all, we have a contest going down throughout this entire stream, Chad. Basically, all you have to do in the live YouTube chat is give your score prediction for the game and the outcome, i.e. who's going to win. So, example, Chad, he's convinced, and same with the Hockey Podcast Network account, apparently, convinced that the Nashville Predators will win. If you comment in the live stream, Nashville win 3-1. You can enter to win this 20 smiles hat courtesy of our friends at Gong Show Gear. Entries are going to be taken until 5 minutes into the third period. So you can wait it out if you're like that, if you're I don't want to call you a cheater because it's within the rules, but if you're crazy like that, you can wait right down to the minute prior when this game is pretty much sealed and delivered. I know no hockey game's still delivered early in the third, but you know what I mean. And you could, you could work the system in that way. Regardless, there's a lot of time to enter. We'll give a bunch of shout outs throughout the game on it, but friends of ours, Gong Show Gears, 20 smiles hat up for grabs tonight. Also, and again, I'll throw it in the live chat here, but we have a poll question on Twitter. You can see my handle here on the screen at VI Sports Talk. It's pinned to the top of my page. We really appreciate if you dive into the poll question. We'll be bringing it up and talking about it throughout this game because though it's a very simple question, as Chad told me prior to going live here, I think it's a good question. And furthermore, I think it's an important question. So for our Nashville Predators versus the Vancouver Canucks live stream here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, who has the better chance of making the playoffs in their division? The Vancouver Canucks or the Nashville Predators? Chad, let's talk about this quick before we get to some more comments here.
So that's a really tough question. I mean, I feel like initially everyone's going to want to take the Canucks on this one just because the Predators had very little preseason expectations. Let's be honest. There wasn't a lot of buzz surrounding the Predators, and they're kind of doing what everyone expected. They're very average. They're 5-5-0 on the season. Whereas the Canucks, I feel like they have a higher ceiling. I feel like their fans should have way higher expectations for them. but I feel like they stumbled out of the gate a little bit here. So I think it's a fair question, but I expect the Canucks to probably win that poll.
And we'll continue to touch on the poll throughout this entire live stream. Some more comments coming in here. Sean said he was from Canada. Maddie saying CalMax, Comox, BC, find me a channel quicker.
So, hey, this whole streaming thing, I know it's on ESPN Plus, but if you're in the viewing area of either one of the regional markets, then that's not going to help you because it's going to be blacked out.
Sean, go to Google and just look up NHL 6-6. That's all I'm going to say on the matter before YouTube shuts me down. Anyways, my friend Shane Van Nice saying Raptors lost by 1. Yeah, Shane, a big Raptors guy, just by 1 point. Ooh, that sucks. Admittedly, Shane, I've been watching all NBA league highlights every now and then, but I haven't sat down and watched a ton of hoops. Just working. I know I work in all sports, but particularly doing these live streams in hockey and actually rekindling my love for UFC. That's I only have so much time to watch sports with my job, so I've been choosing that lately. Maddie saying, hello, everybody. My name is Maddie, and my friend Sean is Canadian from Pick a Show Joyce. This is this is my first time to watch this hockey game. I'm actually born in Canada, but I grew up in Asia.
Oh, very cool.
Cool, man. Cool, Sean. Thank you, guys. Yeah, well, Sean, sit back, relax, crack a cold one of your choosing, and watch this game with us because it's going to be a lot of fun. So as we continue to talk here, and we'll run down the housekeeping notes throughout the stream. We'll talk about the contest. We'll talk about the poll question. How we're going to kind of lay it out is when the game starts, we're going to be commenting about the game, talking amongst ourselves about what's going on. We'll bring some stats up, a stats board as well. We'll take a break at the end of every period. Then we will talk and pretty much give forth our giveaways. We'll start with 2. I mean, it's a comment-driven stream. You might not even get those, but Chad's going to be watching this game, obviously. He's down in Nashville. It's his team through Nashville perspective. Myself, no, not an Abbotsford Canucks, though this is the Abbey jersey. I'll be watching this game more or less with my Canucks goggles.
I love that jersey, though. I love that jersey. It's
unbelievable. Sick. It's unbelievable. And we'll run down our notes from every period, and then at the end of the game here, we'll have a short post-game show as well. So join us in and out, back and forth. We don't care. We're just excited that you're here and joining us in this live stream. Your boy Rich, what's up, guys?
My co-host is here. What's up,
Go
Rich?
Preds. Rich, excited to have you here, buddy.
I feel like I'm kind of outnumbered here, and I'm surrounded by a lot of Canucks fans. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, because
getting here. So, Rich, I need you to have my back in this here.
Pradicus saying, hello, Canucks game is not working right now. Oh, is the Sportsnet broadcast not working? Go Canucks. Look at that. We are. It's a Canucks invasion right now, Chad.
I know. I see this.
Go Canucks.
So many Canucks fans.
Hey, I hope the Canucks win the game because right now they have all the tools to do so. I think they have the tools to be one of the better, not the best team in the Pacific Division, one of the better. I mean, kind of maybe even on par with the Calgary Flames.
Right.
I'm throwing that out there, but they are not playing to their potential right now. Elias Pettersson is looking like a shadow of himself. The power play should not be running through him, but I guess we'll see how that goes, assuming the Predators take a couple penalties in this game.
Oh, we will. Don't worry. We will. We're really good at that.
The chat here is blowing up. Shane saying it just hasn't started yet. I mean, that's kind of what I figure. I got on the screen, says game will begin shortly, but Patricia, hi Canucks. Yeah, let's go Canucks. So prior to going into this game, Chad, you talked a little bit about what the Predators need to do. Is there any player that a Canucks fan, joining us here, needs to kind of keep an eye out other than just the main names, the
Yes.
Roman Yossi's, the Duchesnes, etc.?
Yes. I've got a major one, and it's a player who really was in the rookie of the year conversation last season for a little bit, and that is Eli Tolvanen. He is our young sharpshooter. He's really found a full-time role in this lineup, but he has been held to 1 point in 10 games.
I was just going to say, I got it up here, so, 1 point.
Yes, and that is not like him at all. He is a power play specialist. He is a sharpshooter, and let me tell you, with Phil Forsberg out of the lineup tonight, someone has to fill that void. I'm looking at Eli Tolvanen all day, all night to come in. He's on the second line. He's been elevated. He's basically playing in Philip Forsberg's spot tonight. And he has all the tools offensively to somewhat replace what we're missing with Philip Forsberg. So that's the player I'm looking at tonight, Zeli Tolvanen.
Yeah. Hey, you got a little love saying good luck, Preds. So Maddie and Sean, they're going ham right now, which is great, boys. If you want to enter the contest, guys, you have to predict the score and the winner in this chat right now. Just do that. I'll take note. It's an automatic entry because they're saying, please pick me. Please pick me. Well, you haven't even entered yet. I can't even pick you. You got to enter. Right. Outcome of the game score-wise and who you think's going to win. If you nail it, you win the hat. He's saying we are the cheerleaders for the Canucks. I can see that. Maddie also saying how much Vancouver Canucks game? How much does it cost? Again, I'm not paying for it. I got NHL Network. Chat is cable, but again, look up.
So I'm paying for it. Come on, Isha, I'm paying for it. Cable's not free.
Cable, shoot, yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I'm in Canada. Sorry, I just assume everything's cheap in the States. Again, guys, if you want to find the game, NHL 66, just throw it in Google. I can't keep saying that, okay? Just go and check it out. You'll find something, I promise. Justin saying they have Tolvey on the fourth line tonight per Brooks Bratton.
Oh, wow. That changed. All right. That's not what I saw on the team's official website, but it always changes. It always changes as the day progresses. So that's probably in warmups. I saw him on the second line this morning on the team's website, but in warmups, that's interesting. He's still on the fourth line. So thanks for catching us up there, Justin, on that one.
Yeah, please hit us up with any updates within the game or any lineup changes prior to the game as well. We really appreciate it. Okay, now the entries are coming in. And for those just joining us, as the game's starting here, it's heating up. If you want to enter to win our contest, we got a giveaway at the end of this stream. 20 Smiles hat from our friends at Gong Show Gear. All you have to do to enter throughout this stream up until 5 minutes before the third period, all you have to do is enter in our chat here your game prediction, i.e. the score, the outcome of the game, and who you think is going to win. For example, 3-1 Predators, though I think the Canucks are going to take this one 3-1.
I would love a 3-1 final score.
So they're coming in hot here. We got Pratika, a 3-2 Canucks win. Okay, I'm going to take note of all these. I promise. Then we got Shane Van Nuys saying 2-1 Canucks. Maddie's going ham again. Are going to beat Edmonton or... This one's hilarious. I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to beat the Edmonton Oilers, Predators. Free to watch my peppermint pick me up to the dry. Call me in the Comox Valley. I mean, the Comox Valley, by the way, Chad, is like 2.5 hours north of where I live. So I ain't calling you up, Maddie. I got 2.5 hours of live stream to do. But predict the goddamn score if you want to enter the contest.
All right.
Justin commenting here, Cousins, Yossi, Rocco, the first line in warmups.
Yeah, that's a very weird first line lineup that the Preds are trotting out tonight. Nick Cousins on the top line, that's going to be weird. That's doesn't make sense to me at all. But
so Milo's throwing us all the lines right now, so I'll keep throwing them up here. By the way, how's Luke Cunnin been doing? I watched him play in Minnesota. I liked him. I liked him a lot.
Luke, here's what I love: his motor. I love his high energy. He is a bulldog out there. He has scoring ability. He hasn't really scored a lot this year, but he's a very important glue player, and he plays perfect to John Hines' system, which is that really just hard hitting, tight defensive type of hockey that you want your forwards to play. And so Luke Cunnin fits perfectly into that. So that's why he's in that top 6 role here. Okay. But I like him. I like Luke Cunnin. I think he's been really good for us.
I've been shuffling through the lines here. We don't have to dissect each one here, but thank you so much, Milo. This is awesome. So Yosin Fabro. I mean, I've always liked Fabro. BCHL boy, if I'm not mistaken. So gotta love the junior A out here in my home province. He was a stud. He played for Penticton, right? I mean, everybody plays for Penticton, I believe. Who's a stud?
He played for Boston University.
Yeah,
in NCAA.
Ekholm, Carrier, Harper, Benning. I like Benning too as a depth guy.
Yeah, as a depth guy. Yeah, purely.
Okay, we got some more predictions. Thank you guys so much for entering the contest. Again, it's you have time if you haven't entered already, even if you're just joining us, until 5 minutes into the third period. We'll be cutting it off, and I'm taking note of them all. Don't worry. And if you nail it, you will win. And if we have a tie, we have more prizes to announce, some backup ones. So we got Sean saying 4-2 win. I'm going to assume it's the Canucks, Sean.
No, we're counting that as a Preds prediction. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's probably Canucks.
Pratika says the Canucks game is still not working. Help, please. I want to watch it. Where are you trying to find it, Pratika? Do you have Sports? Do you have Sports Center? Are you in the States? Or are you looking online? You got to give me more info than that. Man, the chat's buzzing. So thanks everyone again. It's a comment-driven live stream. Like, we have notes. We'll obviously talk about the game as it's going on, but we want to interact with you. Sit down, grab a beverage, grab some snacks, and sit back this Friday night. And again, thanks to Chad for joining me here this Friday night. This is going to be a lot of fun. Justin, I will lock in Preds to win just to show love, but Harper playing makes me feel Canucks will win. Before my entry, I will say 4-3 Preds. Attaboy, like Justin.
Justin going all in. Good prediction, Justin. I like it.
And Milo saying these are all from warm-up. Okay, well, I don't know how much the Preds like to deceive the fans. I know Travis Green, head coach of the Canucks, he likes to shake things up a little bit. And by the way, I don't know if you're watching this right now, but Canucks has been really going nuts and amazing with their anthem singers. I know for the purpose of this stream, we got it on mute right now, Chad, but this guy's unbelievable. He just absolutely kills the Star Spangled Banner. And I have to say, as the Canadian, I give it to you Americans and Canadians watching. I mean, don't take away my citizenship now. But the Star Spangled Banner is the way better national anthem, especially sung before sports. It gets you so pumped, man. I mean, when Jimi Hendrix also played it on the guitar, like it just gets you so excited. Whereas "Oh Canada" is just so, and I love it, but it's so Canadian. It's so quirky.
Can I chime in here?
Yes.
Whenever I'm at a hockey game, and when I'm at a live hockey game, I'm in the stands, and whenever they play "Oh Canada" at Bridgestone Arena, I got to tell you, I get chills down my spine. And I think "Oh Canada" is actually a really beautiful anthem as well. So we have mutual respect in there, my friend.
Absolutely. I am half American too. So, I mean, I choose Canada as my roots. I've lived here my whole life, but I got to give credit to half my family is from the United States. Seattle, though, so they're basically Canadian. Matt finally said 4-3. He said he followed it with Preds after, but hey, I'm just going to assume this one's Canucks too. Shane saying it's on sports. So yeah, I mean, Shane, for Canadians, it's on Sportsnet, but for Americans wanting to watch this, has to be ESPN Plus or some other provider, I imagine.
Pretty much ESPN Plus or regional, I guess. That's
yeah. Sean, not 66 channel. Just look it up on Google. NHL 66. I can't spell it out anymore for you, bud.
Man, everyone's having trouble finding this game. We're in 2020. We're in 2021 here. We should not have a hard time finding.
I'm giving them the keywords to find it too. Pratika says, I'm in Canada, BC, and I'm finding it on Sportsnet 1. There you go. Is the game going to be on here? Game notes is going to be on here. This is YouTube, my friend. Throw us a sub and a like regardless, though. And thank you for stopping by.
We haven't made it that big yet.
No, I mean, YouTube's never going to allow even the NHL. Sorry, the NHL is just never going to allow YouTube to do it. More and more partnerships are starting to come out, and I'm hoping. Well, it just depends on how big YouTube gets, because right now YouTube is like, it's making a dent in scheduled programming as far as some of the big streaming shows out there. I mean, I watch YouTube channels that either produce shows or live streams and watch-alongs of other shows, Chad, like it's scheduled programming now. I really do. Yeah. It's hilarious. I'm not a big Twitch guy because I'm not a huge gamer, but I mean, I imagine if I was as into Counter-Strike as I was in college, I'd probably be watching the Twitch streams too. Oh man.
Yeah, for sure. So hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Big game note here for the Preds. Everyone thought that Mark Borowiecki was going to get to play today. He missed the last game, and he was skating around today. That's a big loss for the Preds tonight that he's not in the defensive lineup, and that's why you're seeing Ben Harper in over Mark Borowiecki. That's a big deal. That's a big blow to the Preds tonight for their defensive depth. Just going to throw that out there.
Okay. All right, puck drop is about to go down, so we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, join Chad and myself for some NHL hockey tonight. Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. My name is Isha Jerome alongside Chad Minton. We'll see you on the other side. Excited to watch this game for you all. Subscribe, drop a like, enter the contest, and yeah, we'll see you on the other side. All right, thank you everybody for joining us, and thanks to our sponsors, DraftKings, DraftKings Sportsbook, and Daily Fantasy, the leader in Daily Fantasy and Sportsbook right now. Go use promo code THPN upon sign up for a bonus, and if you're a regular user, plug that sucker in for weekly deals. Right off the bat, I was kind of criticizing Pettersson going into this game, Chad. A very nice shot from him and a nice save for the Nashville Predators.
Yeah. Saros has to be locked in early on here, it looks like.
Man, I absolutely love Jussi Saros. And I mean, this is what the Vancouver Canucks are going to have to do, because they've been very blasé-faire, very slow out of the gates these last few games. I mean, their record is a reflection of that now. They're very close to the Nashville Predators. I mean, even in our local media, I mean, people are saying that Travis Green is in hot water right now, and that if he doesn't get it together and really get this group to buy in, that his job is potentially in jeopardy, which is crazy given that the general manager's been there forever, and he should probably be responsible. But don't get me started as a Vancouver Canucks fan.
I love this goaltender matchup tonight, though. Thatcher Demko versus Jussi Saros, two young goaltenders that are very, very highly talented. Hopefully, you're thinking Saros and Demko are next up in the NHL's great goaltender class. And so I'm really excited to watch this goaltender matchup tonight.
I think Jussi Saros is one of the best goaltenders in the league right now. I thought he was absolutely snubbed to the Vezina last year, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I mean, I feel the same way, but at the same time, his team's got to start playing a little better in front of him. And he's also got to stop being so streaky. He can be very streaky at times. And that's kind of the one thing he's got to work on, is consistency.
Oh my God, my friend. I'm so happy you're here. Mr. Yankee Mojo saying, let's go Rangers. I love it. We have a Rangers fan from Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Mojo? Thanks for joining us. I know you don't care about the Nashville Predators game or Vancouver Canucks probably at all, but excited that you're here to join us.
What's up?
Appreciate it. Yeah, he was great in our last stream that Dylan and I did, the Rangers against the Vancouver Canucks. A crushing game for the New York Rangers, I have to imagine, because they were pretty much dominating the Canucks throughout that whole thing, and the Canucks come back late. But so far, the pace of this game is good. I mean, the Vancouver Canucks pressed early. Nashville seeming to kind of get their feet under them now. Man, I love Dante Fabro and how he skates.
He's a very smooth skater. He's got to start producing some more offense, though. But yeah, he's still, what people forget about Dante Fabro is he got inserted into the Preds lineup so young and so quick, and instantly got elevated to the second and first pairings with Matthias Ekholm and Roman Josi and Ryan Ellis before he got traded away. So he was on a very high pedestal very quickly in his career.
Yeah, now that I think about it, he was, and a lot of success with the Canadian U20 team, so there was a lot of hype about him, especially coming out of British Columbia here. Let's go to the comments again. A reminder to everyone, it's a comment-driven stream. You have comments on the game, you have questions for us, you let us know. We're here to have a conversation, sit back, relax, and watch this game with you.
Demko just had to be sharp just now.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Rocco Grimaldi broke out loose. Wow, this is wide open. There's a lot of chances going both ways here.
Man, Demko is something else, and the Canucks can't leave him hanging early. Shane commenting saying, Canucks are a third period team, and if you're wondering which Canucks I'm watching, it's the Canucks of last game. Well, I don't know, Shane. I mean, the Canucks of last game, they almost left Demko hanging again. Maddie giving us the play-by-play. First period, 0. Yep. 0-0, buddy.
Well, yeah, right on there.
Sean saying we will watch this excited game like watching a movie. Hey, I got it like a theater right now too in my studio here. Got the TV, got the stream going, and yeah, a nice save by Demko. I mean, Grimaldi put it low there, so
yeah. So Grimaldi shouldn't even be in the starting lineup. He wouldn't be even in the lineup if Forsberg was playing tonight. Just for all of our Canucks viewers here, Grimaldi is basically the replacement of Philip Forsberg tonight, which really isn't a replacement because he's nowhere near on the level of Philip Forsberg.
Justin saying, I want to see Tomasino score tonight so much.
He's our young rookie phenom who's quickly rising. I would say he's one of the, in my personal opinion, he's a top 25 prospect who's playing in their first year right now. That's what I would definitely put my money on that.
Shane's saying, well, Isha, it's not in the third, so. So there you go. We have a question here, which is good, and we'll get into it in a second. I just want to quickly address Maddie, who's saying, how can I win the contest? Well, you finally entered, so at the end of the game, if you come back and stick around, we'll announce the winner. If, again, you have to predict the right score, Maddie.
But no one, hey, I just got to hope that no one predicted a 0-0 final score, and I'll have a little bit more faith. I'll have a little bit more faith in humanity if no one gets 0-0.
If it even is 0-0 going into like a shootout, I mean, this is going to be a long night, buddy.
Well, we're here for it. We're here for it.
We are. So again, if something of note happens in the game, we're going to quickly, talk about that. But again, it's a comment-driven stream, and I believe it's pronounced Bosphus. Thank you for joining us. After 2 weeks, what surprised you guys about the Western Conference? And yeah, we'll get into that more, in between periods. But yeah, we can quickly address that. Chad, what's a surprise for you in regards to the Western Conference?
You're seeing a lot of your teams who you expect to dominate maybe starting off a little slow. I mean, I think of the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, I think they're going to figure it out eventually, and they're going to be fine. But I think of them. Vegas kind of started off a little bit slow. Right now, no one's really running away with it. I will say the St. Louis Blues are surprising me.
Yeah.
I knew they were decent, but I didn't think they were this good. They're looking really good right now. So I would have, if I got to pick a team, I would say the St. Louis Blues, obviously, because they are playing very well.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be my pick there, Chad.
I
didn't think the Blues were going to be that
good. You can take the St. Louis Blues. I'll take the Colorado Avalanche.
Well, no, I was going to throw you in another one out there. Not that I expected that they were going to dominate by any means, but I thought based on all the money thrown, all the acquisitions, and all the change-ups, convincing Marc-Andre Fleury to stay in the NHL and not retire, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for him.
I thought they would be better on the ice, and I'm just talking on the ice right now than they are off the ice. Obviously, that's a shit show in itself, and we don't really have the time on the stream, nor is this the place to address that. So we have people asking here, is show slow? I like that. Can I still guess? Yes, sir. 20 miles, 20 smiles, hat courtesy of our friends from Gong Show Gear. All you have to do is predict what team you believe is going to win and the final score. That's it. If it's correct, you're the winner. If it's a tie, well, we have a whole case full of prizes here at the Hockey Podcast Network headquarters. Maddie also says, how are you? I'm good, Maddie. I'm good. How are you? And yeah, so I kind of answered that there. Just join us at the end of the stream or hit me up on Twitter at VI Sports Talk or the Hockey Podcast Network at HockeyPodNet if you are the winner to claim your prize. Justin helping us out too. Just say the score. Yep, just say the score.
Real quick on that Western Conference question, the Pacific Division, it seems like really like a circus right now. I mean, like Edmonton looks great, but everyone expected Edmonton to be good. But, I mean, you're seeing like San Jose kind of outperform expectations. You're seeing Anaheim, doing decent at least. They got 11 points. And you're seeing Vegas just kind of lurking back there at 5-5 and very average so far. So, yeah, the Pacific Division seems kind of weird right now.
Yeah, I mean, at the top, again, I wasn't surprised that Edmonton was going to do well. I thought that they were just going to be carried by the big boys, which they are. I was right now. The Canucks are on the penalty kill, which they haven't had too much trouble on the penalty kill as of late.
Preds power play has been playing a lot better lately, though. So I'm just saying they've been moving the puck better and they've been setting things up.
I see that actually right now.
And there's a goal. There's a goal. Preds on the board. Perfect timing.
As a result of that puck movement that I'm watching right now, we have the first goal in the night.
I swear when I started that statement, they had not scored yet. I swear. I'm just saying the Preds power play has been really cooking with gas lately, and a
shot.
Well, that's our captain. That's our captain, Roman Josi, who is he's looking like a Norris Trophy winner again this year.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a laser.
He is unbelievable. Lighting the lamp for the first time.
That might have been redirected though. I don't want to.
We'll see. I'm looking at the replay right now. Nice play.
Was that kicked in?
No, that was too quick. I don't think that was kicked in.
Mikael Granlund might get credit for that goal. I don't know. It's hard to see.
I don't think that was a kick. I think he just raised his foot, but it looked like it went off his stick anyways.
That was such a laser that even in slow-mo replay, it's hard to tell if that went off anybody.
Dude, I know. Here we go. We got the prediction in 3-2 Nashville. Very, very nice. Taking note right now. I'll also when we take our first break or second break, actually, at the end of the first period, I'll make sure I have everything noted. And of course, at the end of the show, or right when the contest closes, 5 minutes into the third period. Okay, let's get to these comments here. We got Jaden Daw, clearly a Canucks fan, because he says, fuck indeed. Shane says press score, but then quickly corrected himself to Pred score. Yeah, we saw that. We talked about it. Maddie, we know and we love it. Keep it rolling. Maddie hopes the Vancouver Canucks win tonight. Well, they're down by one in textbook Canucks fashion. Nashville leading in shots 5-3. Justin saying, nice, Chad. Next power play, you need to say the exact same word.
I will try my best.
So happens again. Yeah, write it down, Chad. Write it down. Maddie addressing Nashville shores. Nashville scores. The shores of Nashville, there aren't many. I'll tell you that much. And now it's Nashville store. 1 goal Nashville. Are you on your phone, by the way, Maddie? You on your phone there? The autocorrect doesn't seem to be in your favor tonight. So there we go. I got the summary up here. Statistics of this game, like I said.
Let's look at them here.
Now 5-4 shots in favor of the Nashville Predators. Shooting percentage looking great for Nashville. I mean, Nashville, they had a little scare early with the Vancouver Canucks, but now, like you said, even 5-on-5, man, they're moving the puck well. And
let me throw this out.
Josi can find his lanes.
Let me throw this out there. So our last game against the Edmonton Oilers on Wednesday evening was on the back of a back-to-back. The Preds had won 4 games in a row. And it was kind of set up to be a loss. I mean, come on, the Edmonton Oilers. But at 5-on-5, if you look at the numbers, the Preds actually matched the Oilers toe-to-toe. The Oilers made their production on the power play as you would expect. And so that was kind of the difference maker in that game.
Well, I watched the game when Nashville took on Minnesota, I believe it was a week or 2 weeks ago. And as soon as Minnesota took their foot off the gas, Nashville looked great skating. Now, maybe I thought, okay, do they just look fast against a sluggish Minnesota Wild? But they're keeping up with the pace of the Vancouver Canucks, and their skating is impressing me just as much as it was against the Nashville Predators, Chad.
Yeah, they're looking good right now. They're coming out with some energy. They're coming out with some aggression. They're matching what the Canucks threw at them right when the game first started. I love that you can't ask for a better start from the Preds.
No, and an exciting game for those who are at Rogers Arena. Shout out my boy Dylan Kaiser, co-creator of the Hockey Podcast Network. We do a bunch of these live streams together. He's in Vancouver right now at this game. He's in the nosebleeds. I hope the Jumbotron finds Dylan there tonight. Let's get to some of these comments. We can talk about the Pacific and Western Conference a little bit more as the show goes on if you want. Boisfuss says Pacific definitely strange. Nashville 4-2. This hurts. Don't like either. Nashville scares me more. Okay. Yours down 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the Pacific for me right now until Vegas gets healthy, it's going to be it's going to be Alberta pretty much running it. Everyone thought, maybe Seattle will do well. No. Have you seen the roster? In the Pacific, maybe if the Canucks completely fall off, they have a chance. But I think even the LA Kings have a chance of moving past the Vancouver Canucks for that playoff spot over the Seattle Kraken. Calgary has been a surprise too. Yeah. Boys, I didn't think that they were going to do as well as they're doing now, considering Sean Monahan's not doing anything. He's on the fourth line, and Matty Tkachuk hasn't been scoring much at all. Although when Philadelphia came to town, they absolutely dominated them. It's just in every facet of that game. So that's interesting too. They're playing very much Sutter hockey, man. It's hilarious.
And I love watching Johnny Hockey for the Flames. He is such a fun player to watch.
He is so good, and I think just because he's in the Canadian market, so he gets a ton of flack. But we all know what he is, right? He's Johnny Hockey. He's not a back-checking, hard-nosed player. He's a super skilled, slick player. He's gonna be point per game, if he has the proper line mates there.
And can I just say how awesome it is for me and for a lot of Preds fans and fans all over that we're getting to finally see, because last season it was all these interdivision games. We're getting to play against the Canadian teams. And I got to tell you, as a Preds fan, it is awesome to finally get to play against the Canadian teams. These are some of my favorite games to watch, is when we get to play these historical Canadian franchises, and especially on these road trips that the Preds have to do every year. We're on a really long road trip right now, a 6-game road trip. So I love it. I'm so happy it's back.
Chad, I couldn't stand it. I get it, and I'm glad we had hockey. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful. I was so sick of watching Canada teams play Canada teams. It was, oh man.
We kind of, I will say though, it was kind of fun because, just watching Canadian teams just beat up on each other all year was kind of interesting. But
Montreal had no business going to the finals, man. No business. None at all. Let's go back to the comments again. Everybody, this is a comment-driven show. Sit back, relax, comment on the game, ask us any questions. We'll get to them, we promise. I keep saying I'll throw it in the chat. I promise I will throw it in the chat next time Chad takes the mic here, and I will put in our poll question. If you want to dive in, chime in on our poll question, check me out on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. It's pinned to the top of my page. The poll question being, who has the better chance of making the playoffs this year in their division? The Vancouver Canucks, the Nashville Predators. And right now, Chad, still early, not a ton of votes, but it's starting to pick up. The Nashville Predators lead 61%.
Wow.
Does that surprise you?
That does surprise me. I would expect the Canucks to actually run away with this question. Of course.
Especially posted from my account.
of course, there's going to be, let's see, how many people can be persuaded by how this game goes, because people are literally can be that recency bias when it comes to, the Preds are winning 1-0 right now, so they must have better playoff odds. I'm just kidding, but still, I am surprised to see the results heavily leaning in the Preds' favor.
Actually, someone just retweeted saying, "Here's a funny poll, facepalm." I don't know if they're ripping on me or not, but hey, I hope Barry V.
Well, I would like to know
Barry Von L.
I would like to know if they're saying one team has better chances or not. Give us some more details.
Oh, there's actually a whole comment thread going on. Look, I don't have time to address this right now, but there's there's a ton of comments on the matter. So hey, at least it's picking up. At least it's picking up. I threw it in the chat here. Vote on it if you can. And for those tuning in and out of the live stream, we really appreciate a fun first period, Chad. We're going to have some takeaways here, assuming our chat isn't just buzzing again, which, hey, I'd rather our chat be buzzing and we talk to everyone watching versus bringing our points. But hey, I already have a few notes on this game. It's a fun one.
Yeah, it is. It's been a really fun game so far. A lot of action, a lot of movement, a lot of end-to-end action.
Yeah, and again, the biggest thing so far is the pace being matched. As the American, who I'm glad Pettersson is playing alongside JT Miller, because right now it's seemingly the only dangerous chances are coming from those two players right now for the Vancouver Canucks. And what's your opinion on the American JT Miller? He's a hot mic darling, an absolute stud, I believe, for the Vancouver Canucks. He's a top center or top winger. He's gonna make the Olympic team, no?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would expect so. He's a really fun player to watch. I would expect him to. I love watching the Olympic hockey. I'm excited to see the NHL back, getting in the mix on the Olympics and everything. Yeah, I'm also excited about the World Juniors coming up again. I really love watching that every year.
Dude, for Canadians, that's Christmas. Like, we don't even care about Christmas.
Juniors.
We care about Boxing Day,
right?
We care about World Juniors, man.
Oh, I won't remind you about what happened in the last World Juniors.
Please don't. I made a pretty pricey bet with an American.
Oh,
friend,
okay. I'm sorry I brought that up. That was actually messed up by me to do that.
I was talking so much flack based on how just Canada was dominating through that tournament. I mean, I was like swooning over Alex Newhook and all these guys, and then, oh man, and then that last game, the Americans had the harder competition. Canada, breezed by the easy ones, and credit to them, they played unreal. But that always hurts. That always hurts.
All right, Canucks are buzzing here right now. They're stealing a little momentum here.
It's still pretty back and forth though. Just in play, not a lot of whistles, which I like. Not a lot of
it's moving quick.
Only one penalty thus far in the game, and I think Nashville's moving the puck a little bit better, but the Vancouver Canucks are setting the pace a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you like these Vancouver Canucks jerseys, by the way? They're reverse retros.
When they revealed
be honest.
I'm not like they're not at the top of my list, but honestly, these are the type of jerseys that I didn't like the Preds reverse retro at first. I actually hated it and it grew on me, and now I love it. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like that initial thought of it, you're like, you get that initial response to it, but I really like the Colorado Avalanche reverse retros. Those are my favorite.
I mean, look, I can't lie and say that visually I'm attracted to them. I have an issue with them using the Nordiques, just everything. They took that team from the Nordiques. Like how it's kind of the same with like the I guess it's not the same with the Minnesota Wild, but if, for example, they would have gone North Stars, I mean, I wish they could, but I guess Dallas just wouldn't let them. I don't know. They own the rights to that or something like that. It's a whole thing. Let's jump back to the comments here. Again, it's a comment driven stream. We really appreciate everyone tuning in here and watching this game with us. It's a lot of fun, and it's this game's already picked up, so it's gonna be a great night. Boycefuss says Sutter brothers are hockey. Old-time hockey works. Forecheck, and hard work. No egos. Hey, I mean, it's working. It really is. Do I think it's like a long-term fix for a team? Do I think you can build like a dynasty on that exact type of system? No, I think it runs its course, but Calgary needed something, and it seems to be working right now. I like how this type of team, they're not young, but they're not old. They're like a bunch of players in their prime. I love how they're buying in right now. Justin saying, "Oh my, Duchesne just now and Demko big save." Yeah, like we've said, like the play has been going back and forth. Whether the Canucks have a high danger chance, the Nashville's been able to get possession, bring it right back up the ice, and challenge Demko. I think Demko has been challenged a little bit more. I think the Nashville Predators puck movement is unreal in this game thus far on the power play and just 5-on-5. But the Canucks they're setting the pace, and they have those quicker bang bang plays like the JT Miller passes to Elias Pettersson. Yep,
that's kind of how it is. It's I know it's 1-0 on the scoreboard, but it's been a pretty evenly matched game.
Yeah, Boycefuss said, speaking of World Juniors, Joel Hofer got his first win and an assist last night. Hey, congratulations! There you go.
All right, so I'm seeing here shots on goal, Preds 9, Canucks 7.
Yep. So pretty even there. Like we said, it's a back and forth game. It's an
even game early on for sure. But so you're once again seeing the Preds get some possession time here. So they're throwing. This is what the Preds like to do, and they've already done it tonight. They love just throwing pucks at the net from the point. They love just hoping for chaos, hoping for a deflection, hoping for the goaltender to be screened. That is their offensive makeup. That's how they do things. It's not always flashy. It's not always pretty, even though that Yossi goal was pretty. They love to just throw pucks at the net and just hope something good happens. And that's what they're doing tonight.
They seem to be finding the lanes, though. Like, yeah, maybe they are doing that a little bit more loose and like whatever. But I feel like they're not doing it when there's a bunch of bodies in front of them. Like, they're picking their shots nicely.
No, they are. Yeah, you're right. They are.
Going back to the comments, Pratika's still having a hard time trying to find the Canucks game. I'll say it one more time. NHL 66 on Google. That's all you got. That's all you got to search. You'll find it. You'll find it. Sean's saying, can you pick Maddie as a hat reward if he wins this draw? I mean, usually, look, we've been trying to give away this hat the last 4 streams. No one has predicted the game winner,
which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that no one has predicted a correct score.
We've had over 30 entries, each stream. So I mean, it's a lottery. It's a lottery pick. It's a lottery pick. So it's not about us picking Sean. If he wins it, it's his.
Saros just had to make a really difficult save that really really boost what Isha's saying about him being one of the best goaltenders in the league. He just had to make a type of save that gives you that reputation.
Yeah, he's something else, man. I hate when people are like, "Oh, you have to be a big goaltender to get today's game or to be recognized or to even be a star or successful." I'm sorry, man. Like, historically, and I know it's a different game, I know it was a different style of goaltending, but historically, you didn't have monsters in the net winning back-to-back cups all the time in the early days. And yeah, you got Vasilevsky doing it now, but I love seeing, the goalies just with that talent as we're seeing here.
Yeah. He's an insanely flexible goaltender. Like, he can cover he makes up for his small frame with how he can stretch and how he can cover so much of the net. Like, he can beat backdoor passes. He can cover the net. I mean, he's that type of goaltender.
How about Duchesne this year? Because Duchesne, in my mind, especially with the Avs, I think Ottawa was an anomaly. I think he's just overrated. I don't think he's worth personally his contract. But I've been kind of just solo watching him throughout this game a little bit as I keep tabs on the Canucks. And he's playing very, very well.
He's played very well this entire season. He's played like a man on a mission, but you're not wrong when you say he's not worth his $8 million contract. He's absolutely not. And I'm sorry, but Saros just had to make another really difficult save. I thought that was a goal. Sorry. That literally stopped me in my tracks talking about Duchesne. But go back to Duchesne real quick. He's the most polarizing player on this Preds team when it comes to Nashville Predators fans in the media market. I don't know. There's a certain group of fans who will never be happy with him. Here's all I got to say. He didn't sign the contract. He signed the contract, but he's not the one. You direct all your anger at general manager David Poile for signing that contract. The thing about Duchesne is he's been snake bitten for a lot of his Predators career. And he's also he's finally started to produce the points this year. That's where you're seeing here, but he hasn't been the point producer you want to see him be. And everyone always thinks about that contract. And I don't think he's ever going to live up to that contract, unfortunately, but he's looked really good this year. You can't take that away from him.
No, credit where credit is due. I mean, 9 points in 10 games, 4 goals on the season. You got to give credit to him. And another player who I think, like, for the Nashville Predators, who I don't think he's getting paid necessarily to be a point per game player, and that's Ryan Johansson. I've even thought that the last few years where he's gotten a lot of criticism, just in Canadian media markets anyways, the points weren't there, but his two-way game, I don't think has faded since, since that playoff series against the Anaheim Ducks when him and Kessler were going at it. I think the offense just hasn't been there. And maybe like Duchesne, snake bitten in that regard, but there's only so much he can do. And again, is he a bona fide top center? No, but is he more than just like a third line center depth guy? Absolutely. He's a great shutdown player. I'm not going to say he's one of the top ones in the league, but you definitely want a Ryan Johansson on your team. So are fans in Nashville, much like Duchesne, are they able to swallow this contract a little bit more now that the player is living up to it?
I don't. A lot of times when you talk about bad contracts, they link Johansson and Duchesne together. I don't think the anger is as high towards Johansson as it is towards Duchesne.
Okay.
The thing about Johansson is he's never been a big time goal scorer. That's never been his game. And there's a lot of times where people just want Johansson to be more aggressive offensively. They want to see him take more shots. They want to see him because he does have a really good offensive shot. Like and his skating is, or I should say his puck handling is just something to behold. When he can hold on to possession, he's such a big body. Right. And so he's very good at setting up his line mates. And he's done that as well this year. And but that's the big thing is he a top line worthy center on a great NHL team? Probably not. And that's another reason why people get upset about Johansson is they don't think he lives up to his $8 million contract. So it's all about the contracts. But I'll say, don't direct your anger at Duchesne and at Johansson. Direct your anger at the front office for signing that deal to begin with.
Yeah, and let's get to this penalty kill for the Nashville Predators, which looks more like a power play. I mean, Justin's commenting in on Ryan. Demko just had a monster save on that short-handed chance. Gino is amazing. Like this is just on display that the Nashville Predators are moving the puck way better than the Vancouver Canucks in this game. I mean, that was scary short-handed. The Vancouver Canucks, finally have gotten a little bit. They had a few chances there and were able to move it in the offensive zone. For the most part, Nashville, I mean,
didn't you say that Vancouver's power play has really struggled this year so far?
Yeah, it's just it pisses me off as a Canucks fan because they're trying to pull the Ovi move with Pettersson, and it's like, yeah, he has a great shot, but it's just not working. You can't shut down Ovi. You can shut down Elias Pettersson.
This first power play for Vancouver, it's pretty much expired right now. They didn't have hardly anything. They really didn't test Saros at all there. They got no sustained offensive zone time at all on that power play.
Yeah, and keep your eye on Hughes on the power play. Quinn Hughes in particular. You'll see as the game goes on, he gets a little frustrated, and I don't want to say does too much on him by himself, but he will start just taking into his own hands and be like, look, bumper's not working, the Pettersson shot's not working, I'm just gonna have to find lanes, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I can promise you that the Preds will take at least another 2 or 3 penalties tonight. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call my shot and say the Preds will take another few penalties. They're just a penalty team. They take a lot of penalties the way they play.
Yeah. Some nice moves there by who's number 57 for the. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
They did it. Yep. The Preds. They just did it again. They like Matt Benning. Matt Benning just threw it. He was like, "Screw it! I'm not going to pass it. I'm not going to pass it here. I'm just going to throw it and hope that something happens." They do this. This is what the Preds do.
But they're quick, so they can play that dump and chase game, man.
And it works this way. It works for them a lot because they're just not a highly proficient offensive team. They just don't have a lot of dynamic offensive players, especially with Forsberg not in the lineup. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to hang their hat on playing really tough defense, playing really good on special teams, and hoping they get some lucky bounces. And, that happens. And that's a winning formula sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look that way tonight, Chad. I mean, so far Demko he's playing in God mode like he did against the New York Rangers. Oh, I forget. We had a commenter, Isles girl. She had a name for him. Shane, what were the names again? Shane and I actually talked. My friend Shane, who's tuning in right now. We talked about it after the game last watch along. Shane, what were Demko's Damco, that's what it was. Damco, Godco. There were some more. Shane, fire them up in the chat here. Greek Freak, sorry I missed your comment here, buddy. He says I can't watch. Again, NHL 66 on Google.
I love I love his Kobe avatar though. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace, Kobe. I mean, one of the greatest to ever play.
Oh, what a pass! Oh, Saros flashes the pad.
Man, just back and forth saves by both of these.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. And I already know you know this about Saros, Isha, because you're like his number one fan. But
outside of Nashville, yeah. Holy shit.
But he's so flexible, and he just showed it there. I mean, he flashed his pad there, just stonewalled him. What a pass. Who was that for the Canucks who just had that?
Bo Horvat.
Oh, wow. Okay. And they're coming again. Canucks are coming again. I mean, they got the Preds on their heels here right now to close out this period.
I mean, that's what you want to see. You don't want to take your feet off the gas at any point. And
wow, the Preds are just trying to get out of this period with a 1-0 lead because I'm telling you, the Canucks, they are sniping right now.
Maddie commenting, who won the hat? Maddie, did you not listen to the rules, bud? The contest is going on throughout this entire live stream. So for those just joining us, you have a chance to win this 20 miles, 20 smiles hat, courtesy of our friends at Gong Show Gear. All you have to do to enter is predict the outcome of this game. Either Preds win, Canucks win, and your score prediction. Throw it in the chat. I've been keeping tabs. Don't worry. And 5 minutes into the third period, the contest will end. And then at the end of the game, depending on who won, Maddie, that's what will determine the winner. Chad, I mean, it's not too hard to comprehend.
That was very eloquent the way you just
I'm trying
laid out those. All right, we got 23 seconds left in this first period. I think the Preds just need to figure out a way to get out of this because they're kind of lucky to be up 1-0 after this Canucks flurry here. They're kind of putting the pressure on them right now.
Chris Hicks, thanks for joining the chat. Again, I don't know if you just heard me, but enter our contest if you want a chance to win this hat.
Canucks score. What did I just say?
Let's go, Nash, baby. And
what did I swear I'm not saying these things before it happens. Like, I'm
Chad,
watching it with you.
You have some magic in your voice, my friend.
I'm being dead serious here. You saw it coming. You smelt it.
And, man, it was a beautiful goal, too, by Brock Besser.
They're setting it up. The Canucks, they were settling in. I had my fingers crossed that somehow the Preds could get out of this period. And I will say, I love Saros, but
that was sick.
That was some, yeah. That okay. I'm
sick.
just going to tip my cap to that one. That was some insane stick handling. He completely undressed Saros there. And Saros, I mean, what a goal.
On the fake the pass from the blue line to then fans on it, gets it to Brock Besser, who again, he's going to make Team USA as well. And I love, I mean, credit to Jussi Saros because Besser faked the shot, and that's what Brock Besser does. All the Americans who follow this guy know he has a wicked shot in the National Hockey League. Instead, Saros still commits, and Besser's still able to get around him. I mean, over commits a little bit. What are you going to do at that point?
I'm just going to tip my cap. That was a ridiculous goal. That needs to be on every highlight reel tonight.
Maddie says the Canucks and the Predators 1-1. Yep. 1-1-1.
Yeah.
They won 1-1. Yeah. Justin, Chad, come on.
I'm sorry. I swear. Hey, but you saw it though. I mean, everyone saw it. The Canucks were just settling in and they were just smothering the Preds there for that last couple minutes of the period. And those late period goals just kill you. I mean, when we see the outcome of this game, when we go back and look at it after the game, I mean, those are the type of goals that really you want back. Like,
well, I mean, I'll push back on that a little bit. I'll say yes if it doesn't tie the game in whatever position you are, right? Because that's what I think. I think it's still early. Nashville obviously didn't want this, but I think they're feeling pretty good about themselves, knowing that like they tested Demko a lot in that period. I'm gonna throw the Hockey Podcast Network, Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks live stream poll question back in the chat here. Then we're going to take a quick break. It'll be very quick, folks, I promise. And on the other side, we'll get into our first intermission. We'll give our takeaways from that first period, as well as take your comments, questions, the whole 9 yards. We'll run down the poll question, and we'll also take care of some housekeeping notes in talking about our contest and how you can enter. Chris Hicks, we'll get to your comment and those coming in on the other side. You're tuning in to the Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Welcome back to the Hockey Podcast Network Watch Along, featuring the Nashville Predators and the Vancouver Canucks. My name's Isha Dromi alongside Chad Minton, and we're your hosts for this evening. We're excited that a ton of you just joined us right here for this second intermission, and we're excited that a lot of you have rode shotgun throughout this entire stream. We'll get to our housekeeping notes. We'll get to the contest that you can still enter. There's a lot of time to enter, and we'll get to the poll question in a moment. But let's dive into some of the comments right now, Chad, because these are some fighting words. Fighting words from Mr. Mathers. Two of some of the dumbest fan bases in all sports. Hey, Vancouver Canucks Twitter? Sure. I'll give it to you. Probably the worst NHL Twitter fan base outside of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nashville, though? Come on. They're not...
If you go to Pred's Facebook, then I get what he's saying right now.
Okay. So Mr. Matters, sorry, I even messed up his name. So there you go. Worst fan base ever. Messing up the commenters' names.
We'll hang a banner for it. I beat you to the joke.
Oh, that's amazing. Maddie's saying, I hope I win the contest tonight.
You're going to win, Maddie. Hey, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. Maddie's winning because Maddie cares.
Chad, you haven't been wrong with any of your predictions or just your commentary. When Chad speaks it happens. It's crazy. Justin's been with us since the start too. Justin, we really appreciate it, buddy. I bet Chad is tired of the Harper hate, but he was so out of position on the Besser goal.
All right, so can I get this Ben Harper stuff out of the way for people who don't follow the Predators? Ben Harper should be in the minor leagues. He should not be starting on an NHL roster anywhere. And for whatever reason, John Hines continues to put him in the lineup. He's in there tonight because Mark Borowiecki is out of the game, which I brought up in the pregame. But even then, there's a lot of Preds fans who would rather see someone else in there over Harper. He's just a mess. Like, he's just such a liability on the ice. Even as a third pairing defenseman, he is still a major liability. And so, he's once again out. I'll have to go back and look to see exactly how true that is, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if once again Ben Harper is the reason why the Preds gave up another goal and UC Saros got hung out to dry again. I would not be surprised at all.
We got a bunch more comments coming in. Thanks to all the new viewers. We'll run down the contest here momentarily. Fire D3. Oliver Ekman-Larsson got good somehow. In Arizona, he was bad. Well, he has theoretically a better team in front of him with the Vancouver Canucks. But no, you're right. He seems a little bit more confident out there. Maybe he has more to lose in Vancouver in a Canadian market. I don't know. Just even just down to mentally. Like, you're not going to get the flack of losing as much as you are. So you're not going to get as much flack in losing in Arizona as you are, from the media and just the pressure of Canada, the west coast of Canada anyways, than you are playing in Vancouver. Bennett Fleenor, I hope I win the contest. Bennett, if you haven't already, and I'm going to do a big scroll in our next break here and make sure I have them all noted. But if you haven't already, comment in the live stream, and this is a perfect or in the live chat here, and this is a perfect segue to run down the contest again. You have a chance to win this 20 miles, 20 smiles hat from our friends at Gong Show Gear, some of the best hockey apparel out there, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do to enter is comment in the YouTube live chat your prediction for this game. So, for example, Nashville 4-2, Canucks 3-1, whatever. And if it's correct, you will win this hat. And if we have more than one winner, there's multiple prizes here at the Hockey Podcast Network headquarters. We will get you something. I'm reading some of the other comments here. I don't really know what Maddie's getting to. How do you spell ski? What is sports? What is sports? What are frogs?
Hey, Maddie, what are you sipping on tonight? Are you sipping on bourbon? Or are you sipping on a high gravity beer? Because if he's in Comox,
he's probably smoking something. We'll just say that. Hamonic coming back. Hamonic coming back in a huge help for these guys since he's an aggressive player. Yeah, I've liked Hamonic's play. I've put it this way. I've liked Hamonic throughout his entire NHL career. Even before he landed with the Vancouver Canucks, I've always liked his game. Yeah, he put up points in his younger days, but now really, I think, found a place as a stay-at-home two-way defender. And, Quinn Hughes needs to play with someone like that. And I know they're rolling him in with Oliver Ekman-Larsson every now and then, but or even Luke Shen, which is hilarious. Stanley Cup champion Luke Shen, I should say. But no, I agree. I've liked Hamonic without having a training camp and with all the personal stuff that he's been going through behind the scenes. I'm actually surprised he's come out with this much spunk. Richie, the co-host on the Catfish and Ice podcast, which, by the way, like, you can plug away your podcast whenever during this stream chat. But he said Hines likes the big defensemen. They're definitely better options. Well, I mean, you haven't landed Gabranson yet, so I don't know how.
Well, we had Gabranson. We had Gabranson for a little bit last couple of seasons. But we keep going back to Ben Harper. He's just no one. Every time he's in the lineup, people just freak out, and he's normally a major reason why the Preds give up goals. We'll just be honest on that one.
Yeah. Fire D3, would Chiasson be the guy who just stands in front of the net? I don't get why, though. Well, he has been. That's what's crazy. And it's funny, actually, Chad, here on the West Coast and Vancouver media, they're joking that Chiasson is the special teams specialist. He's either on the penalty kill or he's literally parked in front of the net. And look, parking him in front of the net and just feeding Pettersson the one-timer, it's not working. Yeah, Chiasson got a goal and Pettersson got an assist when that happened once on the power play in the last 6 games. Look, he's not bad in front of the net. I think he clears space just fine. But is that what you're relying on day in and day out every game with that first unit? It shouldn't be. So I like nothing against Alex Chiasson. Like, I really don't. I think it was a fine depth signing for the Vancouver Canucks. I think they're employing him fine right here, but they can't keep this up. I mean, what's the definition of insanity? Doing everything the same, doing everything the exact same way and expecting a different result. So, Shiraz, I imagine my Persian brother out there, Shiraz, Canucks 4-2, noted.
That's that's actually a really safe prediction. That could definitely happen the way this game's going.
I mean, I don't know who has momentum going into the second, though, Chad, because it's been back and forth this entire period. It's been nuts.
The Preds have had a lot of notable problems in their second periods for whatever reason. So we'll see what happens here. So,
Chat, I know why we're getting this crazy chat from Matt. He's using Siri to comment. Because one of his comments is, "Hey Siri, hello everybody, my name is Matt." Blah blah blah.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Fire D3. What's the benefit of Chiasson standing in front of the net? Well, to be honest, he's just been clearing some space, and he had a deflection in one game and got a goal. So, I mean, a big benefit, maybe not. But if they're playing that game where they want to screen the goalie and just clear the crease, I mean, he's kind of doing that.
So the Predators like to do the same thing on the power play. They like to use Nick Cousins in that same role. And I do think he may have scored one power play goal this season just like that. But I am totally in agreement. And that's not a sustainable, successful way to run a power play.
No.
At all.
Nathan Jackson saying hello. Hello to you, Nathan Jackson.
What's up, Nate?
Thank you for joining us in this live stream. We'll run down some quick housekeeping notes right now. And thanks to Maddie. He keeps commenting. We love it. Keep it coming, Maddie. I will post again the link and throughout the stream to our live stream poll question, the Nashville Predators Vancouver Canucks Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel poll question. I got to find an easier way to run that down. That's way too long. But anyways, it's on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter at VI Sports Talk. It's pinned to the top of the page. Refreshing it now. The question is, who has the better chance of making the playoffs in their division? The Vancouver Canucks or the Nashville Predators?
Very simple. Very
simple, but a big conversation can come out of this. So again, vote on our poll question. I'm literally adding it right now. We also, again, and we're going to be saying this throughout the whole stream, we have a contest. If you're just joining us right now, and thanks to everybody tuning into this live stream, this watch along, which we sit back, relax, crack some cold ones, and watch this game together. It's been a lot of fun. We have a contest going on, and all you have to do is predict the outcome of this game, predict the winner and the score in the live YouTube chat here. And we're cutting off the contest 5 minutes into the third period. At the end of the game, check back in with us during the post-game show. We're going to have a little 10-minute post-game show, and we'll announce the winner if you predicted the right score. If there's more than one winner, we got a ton more swag here at the Hockey Podcast Network studio. 20 miles, 20 smiles, courtesy of Gong Show gear. Nathan Jackson, Nashville, stand up, baby. There you go.
Like it.
I love the Smashville flag and your jersey tonight too, my friend.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Very nice. I got the Johnny Canuck tonight, not Abbotsford.
Hey, Isha. Not only am I wearing a Preds jersey, but I'm wearing the Preds jersey, Pecorine royalty.
Absolute legend. Yes. Absolute legend. He's my second favorite Finnish goaltender.
How's he not your first?
Because I grew up in a province next to Mika Kiprusoff.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So Pecorine didn't Pekka pass Kiprusoff for Finnish wins?
He did, but I think Kiprusoff, even in his late 30s, was still smoking darts between periods and lighting it up for the Flames. So that's just legendary status there.
For sure.
May not be smart, but it's legendary. Yeah. Keep the comments rolling, everybody. We absolutely love it. Rich said bottom half of the Central is a train wreck.
He's not wrong on that one.
Oh, I love this. From Memphis, Tennessee, go Canucks, go.
What? Wait, I just saw Memphis, Tennessee, and go Canucks, go. Those are two statements I never thought would be together.
I know. I mean, Grizzlies, sure, because you stole our fucking team. But hey.
Oh, yeah, well. Yeah, sorry about that. You still go for the Grizzlies, by the way?
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Portland, they're the closest to me. And I hate everyone in Vancouver, except for my friend Shane, who root for the Raptors. Don't get me wrong. When they were against Golden State, I was O Canada. I wanted them to win a championship, but Portland's the home team for me in Vancouver. They're the closest one. They're the closest one.
Fair enough.
Appreciate it, Sterling. Keep the comments coming, everybody. Nathan Jackson, go Nashville. Boo Canucks.
All right, Nathan. Hey, you got my back, Nathan. Thank you for coming in.
Sean says, I can't watch this game tonight. You charge money unless I'm a millionaire. NHL 66 on Google. Nathan says, watch your language. Sorry. I will, I'll keep it clean, Nathan. I'll keep it clean. Maddie again, a big shout out from the Comox Valley here in Vancouver Island. He says, hello, everybody. I think the Vancouver Canucks will win tonight. Nathan telling me, don't swear. Okay. Jeez. This is, I was going to say, this is America, but this is Canada.
Yeah, we swear.
Fire D. Imagine Eichel going to Canucks. I'm never watching Canucks play again. I mean, honestly, I would have rather seen him go to Minnesota personally. I covered the Minnesota Wild too, and they needed a top center, and apparently they were pretty close. I heard the offer, and again, this is I didn't hear it from Michael Russo of The Athletic directly, but I heard that the offer was something in the ballpark of Kaprizov or Fiala, Matthew Boldy, which one of their top prospects, a B-level prospect, and 2 first-round picks.
Holy, I didn't see that.
And Buffalo said no.
What?
I don't know, man.
But they're gonna take Alex Tuck, who is dealing with an injury. I know he's a good player. A couple draft picks and unproven prospect. Okay.
Hey, look, I joke because I'm half Persian, and Shiraz, I said, my Persian cousin out there, he says Persian Guju living in Souk, British Columbia. Souk, man. Souk's a beautiful small town in British Columbia. On Vancouver Island again. Big ups Canucks. Period 2 coming right up. Bless. Hey, bless you, Shiraz. Thanks for entering the contest and joining the stream here. Nathan Jackson saying, I'm in Pennsylvania, so I'm a fan of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hey, I like the Capitals, so I can never root for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It just hurts a bit, but I'm Canadian, and I love Sidney Crosby. And don't get me wrong, I love Evgeny Malkin, too. I think Jake Gensel's an absolute beauty. It's just when it comes down to it, I'm always going to root for the Caps over the Penguins, and the Penguins really made it difficult for the Capitals.
As a Preds fan, the Penguins will always haunt me in my nightmares because of 2017 in the Cup final.
Yeah, Rich saying make or break time for Eichel. I mean, given his neck isn't broken by the time he comes back to the NHL, yes, I agree. Comments are buzzing. Thank you all so much. I mean, we're not even going to get to our takeaways from the first period, and I don't even care because I'm digging this. Again, this is about hanging out with you all and
absolutely
and watching this game. So we really appreciate it. Fire D. Eichel wanted to go to Colorado, Minnesota, Anaheim Canucks. I mean, I did hear that he thought he was going to Minnesota. Hell, everyone, including myself, who covered the Minnesota Wild, we all thought he was going to Minnesota too. Fire D, I'm thank God not Canucks and Pettersson for Eichel. I mean, I don't think that would have been the case. I think it would have been more of like a Horvat and then a haul of prospects and picks or whatever, but that's just my 2 cents. Flames, Vegas, all those guys. Yeah, I mean, Flames, that would have been nice. I would have loved to see Eichel and McDavid in the Battle of Alberta going head to head in the Calgary Flames. I mean, Lindholm has been sick. He's been awesome for them. Monahan is usually a good goal scorer, but they aren't bona fide top centers. Eichel, assuming he got healthy in the surgery that he's going to get for his neck, if all went well, he is a top center, and that would have been, I mean, the number 1 and number 2 picks in the respective draft year, going head to head in the Battle of Alberta, that would have been unbelievable. Game's about to start back up in this second period. Or sorry, I'm literally like 20 seconds behind here. So before we dive into all things second period and continue to watch this game together, we're going to throw to one more break. And then on the other side, we will be back. We'll run down some more housekeeping notes later in the stream in regards to our poll question. We'll keep tabs on the results there, and we'll keep plugging our contest. Again, thanks to everyone who's joining us here on this Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. We will see you on the other side. And we're back. Second period action underway. The comments are still just blowing up. So thanks to everybody who's joining us here in this watch along. Again, it's a comment-driven stream. We're hanging out with all you. We're taking your questions. We're taking your comments. And we're having so much fun doing so. I mean, Nashville kind of taking the page out of the Canucks books, eh, Chad? They're applying the pressure early in this second period.
They are. Yeah, they're getting back in. They're kind of starting how they started the last period. They're starting to figure some things out. They're trying to crowd the net. Let's see. We got a Nashville player who took Luke Cunnin.
Luke.
He took a
to the side of the head there. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a really tough blow if he can't come back in. He's a big part of what sparks the engine for the Preds.
Yeah. When he was traded, when he was traded out of Minnesota, I was surprised that that the Minnesota Wild traded him over Jordan Greenway and kind of tried to continue the Greenway project over Luke Cunnin, which isn't really working right now. Chad, as always, will interrupt me if any big things happen in this game. But I'm going to get back to the comments here as it's just buzzing. We really appreciate it, guys. Maddie saying, "Oh, he really wants the hat again." Sean saying, "Go Canucks, go! You guys are beauties." Mark. Look at that. Watching from New Zealand. Go Canucks. Go cold beers. Mark, what are you drinking?
Go cold beers. I'm all for that one.
Go cold beers. Mark, what are you drinking? Tell us about some cool beers, either craft or otherwise you have in New Zealand. We love cold beers here. Nathan Jackson said, no, they're ending the stream. Nathan Jackson, NHL 66 on Google. Justin saying, who win a cup first, Canucks or Preds? That could be a fun question. You know what? That could be a fun question. We'll get back to it, Justin. Bring it back to us later in the stream, maybe at the end of the second period, because that could be a great conversation, 100%. And I could tell my riot story too, because I was downtown Vancouver, in 2011. I did not riot personally, or else I would be arrested right now because they caught everybody. But it's we'll dive into that later in the stream. So thanks for that, Justin. Maddie commenting, and I asked to the contacts. Josh, my boy Josh Deming, saying, boys, fire. Josh has no stake in this game, but I'll ask him anyways. Joshy, who do you think's taking this one? The Canucks or the Nashville Predators? By the way, you see those fire jerseys that the Canucks have right now?
They are fire.
God, I forget, and I don't want to butcher it, but it's... I
like the color scheme. I do.
It's an Indian holiday here in the Vancouver, having a huge East Indian population. I mean, they did a little ode to that.
Demko just had to make a ridiculous save on Mikael Granlund just now, by the way.
Mikael Granlund finding his footing again in Nashville. It was getting a little stale in Minnesota.
I mean, he still almost was a 70-point scorer for 2 seasons there, and he hasn't come close to that in Nashville.
Put it this way, though. I'll take Fiala every day of the week. That guy is so talented. It's such a joy to watch.
Luke Cunning's back out on the ice now for the Preds. So
That's
just
good.
Yeah.
Nathan Jackson saying hashtag let's go Nashville. Stand up, baby.
I don't know how to feel right now. So Nathan says he's a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, but he's saying go Nashville Predators. I'm like very
You can have multiple
right
teams.
now.
You can have multiple teams.
No, I know that. But a Penguins Pred supporter is very rare.
Yeah. So okay, that's a good point. Who are you rooting for? What was it, 2017 in the Stanley Cup Finals?
Oh, he had to be going for the Penguins, I'm sure.
So Pittsburgh Penguins are versing the Wild. Hell yeah. But Nathan, we're asking you right now. We want to know: were you voting for Pittsburgh or were you voting for
2017?
Nashville? I'm not gonna lie, Chad. At the beginning of the year, I put a futures bet down on Nashville because the odds were like, it was like 25-1 or something like that. It was
nice.
Nuts. So I put a lot of money on Nashville, and I was real happy until they ran into Sidney Crosby and the Preds. Man, I was all about what was PK Subban's comments? I needed a breath mint or some mouthful. I was all about throwing Sidney Crosby off his game.
Or Crosby tried to say that his glove was stuck in his helmet when he was bouncing Subban's head on the ice like a basketball or whatever. That was a wild series.
He said Nashville and Penguins, so both. I know, Nathan, but in 2017 when they went to the Stanley Cup Finals,
yes,
who's winning? Podkolzin just a few seconds ago actually took a hit there. Knocked his helmet right off. Podkolzin, again, the young prospect for the Vancouver Canucks. He's only getting like 7-ish minutes a night.
Wow.
I see him a little bit more tonight, so I'm curious to see what his minutes are at the end of the night. But yeah, he's doing actually very well. I mean, only 2 goals on the season thus far, but hey, 2 goals on the season thus far in a limited role. You got to give it to the kid.
So Isha, I got to ask you, because the Preds are a very young team, one of the youngest teams in the league this year.
Yep.
What are the Canucks? Are they? Would you consider them more a veteran-led team, or they got some young players also playing some big roles for them?
I would say they're more on the younger side because, I mean, Quinn Hughes and Pettersson are the core. Bo Horvat's only like 26, 27. Demko's 24, 25. So very much a younger team as well, but mostly because all the veterans are pretty much traded to Arizona when OEL and Garland came.
All right.
Oh, man. Everyone hates Jay Beagle, and yeah, he didn't perform well in the Vancouver Canucks, but ECHL champion, AHL champion, Stanley Cup champion. The guy's a legend.
All right. Preds are once again on their heels right now. Canucks are starting to build some possession, so we'll see.
Just circling around there trying to find.
Honestly, this second period has been just like the first period. There's been the theme of this game has not changed.
Not at all.
Both teams are trading blows. Both teams are trading chances.
And both teams don't want to battle in the neutral zone at all. It's like full lane to the offensive zone, and we'll try to figure out there. Yeah. Nathan, come on, buddy. We know they won. We're saying, who were you rooting for as a Nashville Predators and
I gotta know.
Penguins fan?
I have to know this.
Who were you rooting for? Stop messing with us. I'm gonna start swearing again if you don't tell me.
Yeah, I have to know this.
Sterling saying, Chad, going to be in Nashville for this return fixture in January. Where should I take my son, 6 years old, in Nashville? Hey, Sterling, great question.
It's a very good question. If it's during the day, Broadway can be a lot of fun. It does turn into a party scene, so be careful about that. I would definitely go to the Midtown area and go to Centennial Park. In January, it might be a little cold, so as long as you're okay with that. But I would.
If Sterling's Canadian, it's not cold.
All right, so yeah, go out to the Midtown area of Nashville. It's more of the western side of Nashville. There's a lot of really good places you can take the young ones. And if you're going to Broadway, make sure you do it during the day, because at night it turns into a party scene very similar to New Orleans, and I wouldn't recommend that.
Hey, there you go. Sterling, some recommendations, and we thank you for joining us. Okay, Nathan's saying, but Sidney Crosby, if he had his gloves and his helmet, he was a liar and he tried not getting a penalty. I think his answer is
it sounds like
Nashville.
He's leaning. It sounds like Nathan's leaning towards the Predators, so we're gonna say he was going for the Predators.
Maddie's asking if we'll make his dream come true by picking him for the contest tonight. Again, Maddie, it's out of my control, buddy. Look, I love you too. I love you guys. I love you too. But if your score prediction is correct, then you will win the contest. And I'm going to go through them all before this game ends. Don't you worry. we will have an answer.
Oh, what a block shot. Prez just had a big block shot on the Vancouver's on the power play here, so it's a big turning point in the game.
I mean, let's see if they can move the puck as well as Nashville can.
They're looking better. Vancouver's looking a lot better on this power play this time around.
Well, they're not just feeding it to Pettersson, and they have to move the puck. I'm sorry. Like, it's 6 games in a row where they've only relied on Pettersson and Chase on it in front of the net.
Got to clear the puck. They do. Wow, this has been a much better power play for the Canucks here.
Yeah, Nashville not pressuring them much, not making them shoot. The Canucks are kind of able to pick their shots here.
Yeah.
See, that's just irony that Pettersson's shot can't even get through. It's just bouncing around there.
Yeah. All right. Canucks got about time for one more rush here on this power play. This is a big moment in the game here.
I mean, tight game back and forth, and not tight hockey by any means.
So what is that? So this is only. I said the Preds were going to take at least 2 or 3 more penalties. This is one. I guarantee you they take at least 2 more.
At least 2 more, really? Well, that's
I'm calling my shot. They take a lot of penalties.
The Canucks don't. Like Niels Hoglander's been taking some penalties lately, but he's a smaller guy.
Oh, breakaway! Oh! Well, it's kind of a weak attempt, honestly.
Yeah, but there's some chance there coming.
It was a little bit of a weak attempt there.
Right off the Canucks power play. Going back to the comments here. Nathan Jackson saying Nashville needs to pick up the feet and get them to not suck. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. That's good analysis. I like that.
Emreet, Pettersson and Miller been the most lazy players on the power play.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, not in this game, I would say, per se. Like, I don't want to put all the blame on them, but as of late, like last 5 games, sure. And I'd say Pettersson more than JT Miller, but fair comment. Sterling again. If any team wants to beat the Canucks, just keep them on the power play. Hope they can get that fixed. I know that last power play was fine, as Chad was saying. They moved the puck a little bit more, and Demko having to make more and more saves here. It's nuts. But yeah, Sterling, totally agree. Oh my God. So I think Maddie's about to sign off. And I'm not going to put this up here, Maddie, because I don't want everyone calling you, but he said if we win, here's my number, call me.
Oh,
it's a local number, Maddie, so I might as well if you win.
So only if the Canucks win, or if Maddie wins the contest? What are we saying here?
Well, Maddie wins the contest. Sorry, not if the Canucks win. But it's, I mean, if the Canucks win, they go hand in hand because that's who we voted for.
All right. Fair enough.
Nathan's not happy. He says, I don't know what to say, but I have no more to say about this game. It's not a bad game, Nathan. I don't think it's a bad game at all.
Well, there's a lot of bad turnovers by the Preds right now. They are actually, I'm telling you, they're not playing nearly as structured as they were in the first period.
Yeah, letting the Canucks in a little easier now. Oh, Jussi Saros, though, man. I mean, what a guy. What a guy. A few good saves. One off the stick a few seconds ago, if I'm not mistaken, as well. I mean, again, I'm a little bit behind Chad here, but still.
Canucks are just really entering the zone much easier right now. I mean, they're kind of taking target practice right now. Another thing about Saros is he's really bad about leaving out a lot of rebounds. So he'll make that initial first difficult save, but he'll just leave it out there for an open net a lot of times.
Okay. And that's something Demko hasn't really been struggling with thus far this season. He's had some good rebound control. I mean, unless it's crazy. And yeah, I mean, the Vancouver Canucks just seem to be dominating now halfway through the second period.
Preds are kind of treading water right now. It's a 1-1, but they're kind of trying to weather the storm right now.
Well, I mean, do you think Nashville kind of has burnt all their gas? I mean, they were buzzing in the first period, in the first parts of the second period.
They're a very streaky team. They just don't.
Hey man, well the Canucks too. The last few games, it's like they've only been able to turn it up in the third, as you know, my friend Shane was saying in the comments there. And again, thanks everyone chiming in the comments. It's a comment-led stream. We'll get back to them here in 1 second. I got my eyes right now on the Canucks a little bit more than I have throughout the night. But again, Chad's been making sure that we're all up to date with everything in real time that's going on tonight on the Hockey Podcast Network live stream here. And hey, if you haven't already, if you're in this chat and if you're tuning in, throw us a like of this video, subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. If you want to dive into our poll question and give your opinion on it, check it out. It's pinned on my page on Twitter at VI Sports Talk, and we'll dive into what you need to do to enter this contest in a few minutes here.
Canucks score.
Oh yes, I just saw it there right now.
They got Saros to once again come out high, and he once again got beaten by a stick handle.
Almost the exact, like I want to say the exact same play, but a very, very similar play to Brock Besser, if I'm not mistaken. Nils Hoglander with the goal. Yes, one of my favorite Vancouver Canucks players right now. He's a young guy. He's like 21. Right out of the SHL, he played last year. Didn't put a lot of points up. I think he had around like 20 points or something like that. But he is a fire hydrant, man. He's small, but look at he never gives up. He fights in the corners. He's got some dangles, and he's a wicked skater. A very smart hockey player. I mean, leave it to the Swedes to have success in Vancouver. Shout out Nils Hoglander with that beauty. That Brock Besser-esque goal from the first period. Love it.
Yeah, that was pretty two similar type of goals for Vancouver tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're watching this game closely through a Nashville perspective, but like that Nils Hoglander, I mean, from what you've seen of him, I mean, he's been overlooked even in the Vancouver market, I think a little bit, but definitely the NHL has no idea who this guy is yet. And I hope they start to notice him a little bit more. All right. The comments are blowing up. We're going to get back to them here. Nathan saying I would not say anything about the Canucks, but Nashville is cool. Mark getting back to us saying any cold beer, brother. Walking the PCT next year and into Canada to watch a game live. Awesome live stream, by the way. Wakate Wado, thank you. Hey, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This is awesome, Mark. Join us anytime. Drop a like, drop a subscription. Anytime there's a Canucks game, well, not every single one, but for a lot of them, I'll be jumping on, and Chad, you know, he'll probably be doing some of these down the road too on the Nashville side. But Mark, really appreciate it. Shout out everybody in New Zealand. I hope you're staying healthy and safe there. Shane saying I predicted a 2-1 Canucks victory. Yeah, Shane. I mean,
Shane's looking good.
Shane just is hoping now that there's no goals or no more action.
I would be shocked if there's not another goal scored in this game. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give up on the Nashville Predators just yet either. And again, I'm a Canucks fan. I'm watching this game through Canucks perspective, but I want them to keep making these things interesting and not allowing the Canucks to totally dominate so that, well, we have more to talk about here. Nathan commenting on that. How? Nashville, pick up your feet. And yeah, Sterling, Hogs.
Oh, Duchesne's lose. Goal!
Oh, man. There it is, like I said. Back and forth.
Dude, and we were just talking about Matt Duchene earlier, and that is true. Exactly what he's doing this season. What a goal. Isha, when you see this.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh, man.
That backhands tonight.
Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, Thatcher Demko. You didn't have anything on that as much as I love you.
Hey, I swear, I said I'll be shocked if another goal's not scored and a goal's scored.
Poor Shane. Shane.
I'm saying these things before it actually happens. I know I'm ahead on the stream.
It's freaking me out. He's not predicted, but like
talked
through everything like moments before it happened.
It's just the way the game's going, though.
It's a fun game, man. It's a fun game. Again, my boy Dylan, he's at that game right now. So that fake in the backhand. That was Sidney Crosby-esque. And I mean, I rip on Duchesne more than the average folk outside of Nashville. I mean, credit where credit's due. Like I said, this guy's having an unbelievable season. His 10th point in this 11th game. Shane says, so if nobody scores for the second half of the game, yeah, well, you're out of luck now, Shane. You're out of luck. But anybody else joining us in this live stream right now, you can still be in luck. You have so much time left to enter our contest, and our contest pretty much goes as such. Predict the outcome of this game. Goals. That's right. Like, say the Nashville Predators are going to come back and win this 5-2, or say the Canucks are going to win this right now 3-2. You know, anything like that. You give your outcome of the game, the final score, the winner, etc. Post it in the live YouTube chat. Contest is going to be up. We're cutting it 5 minutes into the third period, and you have a chance to win this 20 miles, 20 smiles Gong Show Gear hat. We love our friends at Gong Show Gear. Some of the best hockey apparel out there. Going back to the comments here, Emreet says, it's shocking how Podkolzin not getting a chance on the power play. You know what? I'm a little shocked too. Now, I'm not surprised because I know Travis Green, he likes to play things safe. You have to earn his trust. I mean, look at Hoglander. He didn't earn his trust overnight last year, and now he's getting a lot more opportunities than the likes of a Podkolzin. But I would like to see Podkolzin in that shot on the power play. Justin saying, LOL, same goal, same guy on the ice, and absent from protecting the house. Oh, look at that. He's ripping on that Nashville player again, Chad?
Yeah, no one likes him. No one likes Ben Harper. He just needs to go back to the minor leagues, I guess. I don't know.
Nathan, let's go Nashville, baby.
Hey, I like this. I'm liking Nathan more and more. Like, I'm loving it. He's bringing the energy tonight, and I love it.
Yeah, Sean, I think you already made a prediction, and it might have been this one. But anyways, 5-2 Canucks going to win tonight.
All right.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so too. Emreet says Canucks need to fire everyone except Brad Shaw. Hey, I think Jim Benning has overstayed his welcome. Don't get me wrong. I'm 100%. As soon as the Tanner Pearson deal was signed, I was like, I'm done. Give him 3x3 to Tanner Pearson while we're still paying Luongo on the books. But anyways, Travis Green, they're not buying into his system right now. So if that coaching change is made, he's had a run in Vancouver, I wouldn't be that upset. I'm clamoring for Bruce Boudreau. You want a quick fix. You want to get people to buy in for 2 to 4 seasons. You bring in Bruce Boudreau. It's his last kick in the can, his last chance to win another Stanley Cup. That is my pick for the next Vancouver Canucks coach. I love Bruce. He's such a character. Such a nice guy, too. I can't believe Patrick Roy tried to fight him in Patrick Roy's first game coaching the Avs. That was hilarious.
Oh, we got to fight now. We got to fight.
Yes.
Fights. Tanner Janot.
Ooh.
Oh, uppercuts.
Dude, this is a good tilt.
That was a really good tilt. Who's your guy? Who's Vancouver got in there? Who's that?
In 1 sec. Luke Shen. Luke Shen.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, and that's his role. He's the veteran.
Well, hey, Tanner Janot, he is a youngster that's he's got 5 points. He's considered a rookie this year. And he one thing I'll say about the Preds, they love to fight. They've got like 4 or 5 guys that just love to fight.
Hey, I love that. I'm old school. I love fighting in hockey still.
That was a pretty even fight, but I think Tanner Janot won. I'm not trying to be biased. But
I mean, Shen took him to the ground after. I think Janot was probably the winner in that one too. I'm watching the highlight of it is up again, and yeah, for 2021 NHL tilts, the refs let them go. Thank God the refs let them go. I love it. Oh yeah, man, I miss the days of the Green Men.
That was a really good fight though. Both guys. That's respect right there. Tanner Janot is actually icing his right hand right now in the penalty box.
A couple hard hits. Let's get back to the Go ahead.
I was just going to say that the Preds can't afford to lose him if he injured something there. Like, that would be bad.
Oh, he's bleeding. Oh, he's hiding it from the camera. Oh, he might be a cut. Yeah, that doesn't look good. And Hines, he just never looks impressed, but less impressed right now. Yeah, I mean, let's hope for the best for that player, because I saw just a second of like a ton of blood on his hand. Maybe he just hurt his knuckle a bit. Let's hope he didn't break anything.
Isha, what were you talking about earlier? This game keeps swinging back and forth. Well, guess what's happening right now? Now all of a sudden the Preds want to put all the pressure on the Canucks.
I know
this game is so back and forth. Like,
but this is what you want to watch.
Oh, you love NHL it. Fan. Oh, you love it.
This is great. Chad will cut me off again and chime in. Sorry, when up to date news and if any he sees any goals first. But again, yeah, Nashville Predators now putting on the pressure. I'm gonna get to these comments here so I don't lose any of them. Sean saying you guys are the best YouTubers. Oh, thank you very much, Sean. Rich saying Duchesne finally producing. We've waited for this since he got here. I mean, man, I've kind of been waiting for him to prove me wrong too, as I've been saying it for a long time. Duchesne's one of the most overrated players in the National Hockey League. Finally playing up to his ceiling right now. Nathan, I mean, it's becoming Chad's favorite here. Canucks are going to lose. Go Nashville.
Hey, Nathan, can I send you a Christmas gift? Like, for real, because you're awesome.
Drop a like and a subscribe, Nathan. This won't be the last time you see Chad here. Rich saying no one likes Harper, but would never tell him to his face. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes.
He's a big dude. Ben Harper's a big person. I would not want to run into him.
Little VYB, little vibes. Look at that.
I like it.
I can't believe I didn't get that one. Little vibes. Hello.
What's up, little vibes?
I'm not even drinking as much beer as Mark there. Justin saying, I'll stop chirping him, not trying to annoy you, Chad. Oh,
Justin, you would never annoy me because guess what? You speak the truth. Ben Harper is a liability.
And as we're in commercial break right now, Ekholm going to the box for the Vancouver Canucks, getting another chance on the power play. What
did I say?
Chad predicted.
They only need to take one more penalty for my prediction to come true.
Hey, I'll take it. Not that
we have a whole nother period to go, so I might have been wrong in my predictions. They might even take more than that. I'm telling you.
Not that the Vancouver Canucks have been doing well on the power play, but I mean, I'll take it. You
keep playing with fire though, then they're going to eventually connect. So,
Justin saying, "Woo, do you know I got to get his sweater?" I mean, I always like supporting those type of players on the team. I mean, Rick Rippon, rest his soul. He was my favorite Vancouver Canucks. Sean, I think commenting on the fight, crush down.
That was a great fight. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, this is so funny. Nathan, we're getting to all the comments, Nathan, but say, guys, I'm going to bed. Thanks for entertaining me. So good night. Nathan, drop by anytime. Justin saying good night, Nathan. This is great.
Good night, Nathan.
Everyone's saying good night to each other in the chat. I love it. That's so funny. Thank you so much. We have some new viewers who Jason Damewood, sorry. In Mexico, can't watch my Preds. Any ideas? NHL 66 on Google.
Jason, go Preds. Thanks for joining.
Chad, give me a present for Christmas.
I will try.
Go ahead, lol. Finally left the chat. He left the chat.
All right.
Justin says, "Hey, I said 4-3 Preds, so maybe." I'm starting to lose track of them. I gotta go. I gotta make sure. During the second intermission chat, I'm going to allow you to go on a tangent so I can make sure I got all the notes down.
I have plenty of tangents I could go on.
Perfect. So Canucks now on their power play and moving the puck kind of like Nashville did in the first period, to be honest.
This is not looking good at all.
I'm interested, like, why is Nashville not being as aggressive as they were? I feel like they were more aggressive on the penalty kill in the first period.
I don't know if they're tired. I don't know what's going on, but...
Oh, they can't even clear the puck.
They can't clear it. Yeah, I mean, this is like disaster right here. Like if you're Saros, you're just like preparing for like the worst possibly. Like
if you're Saros, you're just like, all right, this is my game now.
Right? I mean, let's see what happens here. Breakaway in the zone, not a lot of energy. I mean,
there were some tired legs, but credit to them for at least getting it to the other zone.
They got it out of the zone.
That takeaway too, just moments ago. I mean,
great.
Maybe just a couple seconds away from being a hook, but credit to him.
Yeah, it was close. I was waiting for the arm to come up, honestly.
Maybe they just feel bad. They're like, no, we're not gonna let Chad's prediction come true.
Right? Yeah. It's gonna happen. Oh no, this is all right. They got to stop taking these penalties though, because even if they get through this penalty kill, I mean, it's just not. They gotta calm down. That's kind of the problem with the Preds is they just play so aggressive on the forecheck. They play so aggressive with their type of play.
Yeah, they're dump and chase. They can burn them at times.
And they take a lot of penalties, and they got to figure out a way to find that balance here because the Canucks are going to connect eventually. Like, even if it's not on this power play, they're going to connect. Like, they're getting a lot of momentum out of this. You're getting tired legs. It's just not good for momentum at all.
Jason asking, is their stream legal otherwise? Oh, they're always legal. Everything I send your way, Jason's legal. Look up on Google NHL 66. You'll find something. I can't go into more detail, but I promise you'll do a little digging, you'll find it. Amrit, what was the point of firing the Canucks power play coach if you were going to design the same play? Right? I mean, that's my take. That's my take on it as well. They're not doing anything different, and if anything, they're just relying too much on Pettersson and trying to just clear space in front of the net and tip something in. They need to move the puck a little bit more, and to their credit, they are doing that in this second period. Sterling's still with us. Your beauty, Sterling. Chad has more faith in the Canucks power play than us Canucks fans.
Fair.
It's true. He does. But I mean, he hasn't been watching the Canucks. I think he just has, he just has, whether it's good faith or not, he has faith that the Nashville Predators will just take another penalty. I think that's where it's coming from.
Well,
right,
I think the Canucks have showed improvement in each of their power play
in this game thus far. Yeah.
Demko just made another highlight reel save. It should be 3-2.
Hey, I can say this. I could say the same thing about Saros earlier in this game.
Well, we talked about it. This is going to be a great goaltender matchup, and it's lived up to the hype.
Well, it has been. I mean, just over 2 minutes left in this period. And the shots are pretty much, 20, 22, 19, 22, 20 now, 21. Look at these shots coming up here.
This has been one of the most exciting Preds games I've watched all year. For real.
Chad, again, thanks for joining me. I don't know how I could have done this alone. I was gonna sit here and talk 3 hours alone. I got Chad here helping me. This is so much fun.
And while I got time here, we got a little break in the action. Yeah. I'm the host of the Catfish and Ice podcast, part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We love doing the podcast. We're at 77 episodes now, which is just insane.
Crazy.
I don't even know how that's even possible. And we appreciate everyone hopping in. Even if you're not a Predators fan, we talk all kinds of different types of hockey. We talk all fun stuff in life. We have fun on the podcast. My co-host is Rich Howe. You can follow us at Chad_Minton is my handle on Twitter. And Rich's handle is at Rich_How_9, and follow Catfish on Ice at Catfish Ice on Twitter. We would really appreciate that. We also just started our YouTube channel a couple weeks ago. We're streaming all of our episodes live right now. We plan on doing some watch-alongs as well. And so, we would appreciate you hopping in and talking hockey with us and all that good stuff.
We'll throw it in whether you stay throughout the live show or not. We really appreciate if you tune in. Even if you tune out, check back into the end of the show, obviously, if you've entered the contest. But we'll put your channel and everything there, the podcast link and everything in the description once the live stream is done and the video is posted, Chad. So for anyone who hears this now and you want to find Chad and you missed his Twitter handle or anything like that, it will be in the description of this video. Sneaky Pete, love that username. Blair from Canucks Uncensored group here. Sup, boys? Blair, thanks for finding us in the group, my man. Sneaky Pete. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for joining us here on the live stream. We have a few more people joining. So, you know what, Sneaky Pete? I'll just let you know right now. We also have a poll question going on Twitter at VI Sports Talk. So chime in on that. But also we have a contest. So since you've just joined us here, you have a chance to win this 20 miles, 20 Smiles hat, courtesy of our friends at Gong Show Gear, the leader in hockey apparel. All you have to do, Sneaky Pete, is predict the outcome of this game. Score and the team that won, fired up in the chat. 5 minutes into the third period, we're cutting it. And at the end of the game in our post-game show, we will announce the winner. So be sure to check back in for that. But appreciate you joining us on this Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks, the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, Watchalong. Again, I have to find some sort of other title for that segment. It's too many words, Chad.
It's okay.
Too many words. Emery says Canucks 118 on the power play. It's so bad. I know.
Is that the streak right now? Is 1 out of 18?
Buddy, it's atrocious.
Whoa.
I told you coming. I mean, they've been moving the puck better now. It's still atrocious. Last 5 games, yeah, it's horrible. That's what I said. It was the last 5-6 games going into this period. Sneaky Pete, entering the contest. Attaboy. 4-3 Canucks in OT. Man, if this Canucks game goes to OT, Chad, I'll be so happy.
Hey, Duchesne just about scored on a backhand in the slot.
I'm just seeing it now. Oh man,
I'm telling you, Duchesne is on a mission.
He's on fire tonight.
That Duchesne is on a mission. He's sick of getting all the critics all over him, and I think the Canucks have a penalty called on them. I think it's on the Canucks. Yep, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, who's it on right now?
Let's see where the penalty
Tyler Myers, the big boy. I mean, Tyler Myers, and we may lose all of our viewers right now, but I think he gets way too much flack here in Vancouver. Again, like the player, hate the contract. You're allowed to do that, right? You're allowed to feel that way. Tyler Myers, just because of his size, too. Here it's a tripping call, but he does take a lot of cross checks, just because, again, he's huge, he's massive. So where he thinks he's cross checking someone just in the torso, it's usually to the neck. Sneaky Pete saying, dude, the Canucks love that overtime this year. That is true, Sneaky Pete. That is true. Good pick there. Look, we've been trying to give away this hat for, what is it now, 4 live stream watch-alongs in a row that I've been hosting. The Hockey Podcast Network has many, many live streams. We cover our podcast network covers every team in the National Hockey League and some, Terry Ryan, fourth line voice, and some included. So, if you're jonesing for more hockey content, love these watch-alongs, subscribe to the YouTube channel and check us out, thehockeypodcastnetwork.com. Sneak Pete, Myers has been good the past couple. I think he's finding his groove. Yeah, that's the thing. Is he a $6 million defenseman? No, but in free agency, he was and he is. That's just how the market is, right? I say he's a $4 million defenseman, maybe. He still puts up some points, and he's hard to play against. But yeah, he does make mistakes, and I'm not going to defend that side of him at all. And look at that. The numbers go down when I talk about Tyler Myers. Emery, Travis Green begging for a pity point to save his job. I'm feisty with the Travis Green. Again, I'm okay with it. I don't have that much anger towards Travis Green like I do with Jim Benning, but I want Bruce Boudreau to lead the Canucks to the promised land, even if he's fired 2 years after he takes them to the finals. Oh, man. Maddie says, I'm going to win the draw tonight. Watch. Maddie's been trying to be telling me that you should pick me.
I need you to go back and look and see what Maddie's prediction was to see if Maddie still has a chance to win this.
Oh, because we just got a goal.
Philip Tomasino. I missed it. Our young kid, Philip Tomasino. He was the prospect I was telling you about, the pregame top 25 prospect, I feel like, right now, who's playing in the league this year as a rookie. And he got
good.
What a goal.
What a play. What a passing play. Cunnin. Wow. Great pass.
And the Preds are still on the power play as well right now. So what a game changer. This game, I still wouldn't count anything out here. Let's see. We got play has stopped here. Let's see what's going on here. This game has been such a the pendulum swings like from one end to the other constantly. It's just been fun to watch. Justin
wanted a goal from Tomasino, and Quinn Hughes laboring. That's never good to see from a Canucks perspective. Sneaky Pit says, there's the 3. Canucks tie it up in the 3rd, and we go to OT. You heard it here first, baby.
Oh, Sneaky Pete.
You heard it here first. This has been the show of predictions. Everything Chad has said has come true, so let's see. Let's see if you have the same effect, my man.
Oh, wow. I would the way this game's going, I'd be surprised if only one more goal is scored in this game. I'm just tell you right now, this game is just so back and forth.
Look, the
goaltenders are being tested constantly in this game.
And they're playing outstanding. The goals that are being scored aren't garbage goals. They're not easy goals. Exactly. I Show Slow says, if the score stays the same, I'll win. Well, just like Shane early in the second period, knock on wood, my friend. Knock on wood. My friend Shane probably left. He's probably so pissed.
All right.
I actually ran into my friend Shane today. He was working in my office. So there you go. My beer is empty, or my beer is empty. My fridge is empty, Shane. Although I think I owe Shane beers. Shane sometimes brings me beers to review on my podcast, The Soda Pod. But I had to duck out of going to a brewery and hanging out with him a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if I'm owed any beers at this point. Oh, look, he says, no, I'm here. Glad to have you, my friend. Glad to have you. Justin saying, then Preds win in OT and it's 4-3.
What a second period.
What a second period indeed. Keep the comments coming, ladies and gentlemen. This is a comment-driven stream. We really appreciate those viewing. We love just sitting back with you, cracking a cold one, having some snacks, talking hockey, reading your comments. So keep them coming. Send the comments our way. Send your notes on the game. enter our contest. If you don't know about the contest yet, we'll run it down again after the break, and I'll also post the link to our poll question. We have a live stream poll question going on throughout this stream. We're going to take a quick break before we dive into our second intermission chat here. Look, Chad and I, after the first and second period on our notes, we're like, we have some takeaways, we have some conversation starters, but the chat has really been guiding this show. So keep it going. We'd rather just we'd rather interact with all you than talk hockey amongst ourselves. We want to hear your takes.
We love
you guys to control this. It's a 3-2 game. Nashville Predators lead the Canucks right now, but it is tight. We'll get into all that and more on the other side. You're listening, you're viewing, you're watching us here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks. We'll see you on the other side. And welcome back to the Hockey Podcast Network's Watchalong, featuring the Vancouver Canucks and the Nashville Predators. My name is Isha Dromi alongside Chad Min, and this has been an unbelievable game thus far, Chad. Now, I know I root for the Canucks, the Nashville Predators. They're up 3-2, but what a crazy second period it was, based on the fact that the Canucks overall were applying the pressure. The Canucks overall look like the better team. The Canucks overall were on the power play more, yet the Nashville Predators score very late to take the 1-goal lead. Thoughts on the second period?
That's one of those periods where it's so Nashville Predators in the sense that they didn't win the period when you really look at it, but they figured out a way to grind it out. They figured out a way to kill a couple power plays. They figured out a way to just survive, I want to say, because the Canucks were in danger of really blowing this game open for much of that period. And then Matt Duchene gets loose and scores.
What a game he's having. What a game he's having.
He's having a great game. And he figures out a way to score that backhander. He tied up at 2. And then they figure out a way to score another quick goal with Philip Tomasino, their young rookie, who is played for Team Canada in the World Juniors. He's a big deal for us down here. A lot of people are really excited about Philip Tomasino as a rookie this year. And so the Preds figure out a way to take the lead into the third period. But on the full scale of it, the Canucks have to be feeling really, really upset about coming out of that period. Not only, even if they were tied, they'd be upset. But they're actually losing going into the third period. That's a big disappointment because they really controlled most of that period.
Yeah, I mean, well said. Great summary there. And as my friend Shane predicted earlier and kind of highlighted, I mean, the Canucks generally are a third period team this season anyways, but they look good in the second. So we'll see how they face. I mean, I don't really even, it's hard for me to even make predictions right now, Chad, because this game has just been so back and forth, and in the best possible way for a hockey fan. As the neutral zone, there hasn't been any battles there. It's been like whatever team has possession, for the most part, they're just racing into the offensive zone, and that's where the work is coming. That's where the game is being played. Though Nashville, I think, took a step back in that second period based on the first period. Like, they moved the puck tremendously well, especially on the power play. And the Vancouver Canucks seemed to match that in the second period. I still think Nashville has the edge there. And look at it. Even if it comes in spurts, like you said, the team is streaky. Luke Cunnin with the second pass in that play to tee up the young player there for the goal.
So hey, Isha, we really don't have to dive too deep into this to see where this game has really changed and why the Predators are winning. The Predators are 2 for 2 on the power play. The Canucks are 0 for 3.
There you go. My buddy Shane saying, I have a couple beers for you next time we hang out. Oh, you're a goddamn beauty, Shane. Sneaky Pete saying, I think they're used to this so far this year. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Sneaky Pete. And thank you for continuing to join us along the ride. My buddy Cody Jansen, the man, the myth, the legend behind the World Hockey Report, saying all hockey fans are watching the Oilers versus the Rangers. Get out of here.
Oh, come on.
Get out of here. No one cares. No one cares about the Rangers.
The hockey universe is hinging on the Vancouver Canucks and the Nashville Predators.
It always is, Matt. We are living the darkest timeline right now because Vancouver lost in 2011. I mean, Abed said it on Community. I'm just saying. So, Cody, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you Alberta boy. No one cares about the Oilers. Even though he has the best player in the world on his team and Leon Draisaitl just ripping the league. Yeah. I mean, both of those guys, nothing against them. I just, there's no way.
They also have a Preds castaway, Kyle Turris, who we're still paying.
Oh, yeah. That BC boy played really well in Ottawa. It's a shame to see what's happening to Kyle Turris. Okay, let's talk about our poll question right now. Just bringing it up here, and I will share it in the chat again. Cody chiming in, the world revolves around McDavid. I mean, if he was in an actual hockey market, then sure, Cody. But he's rotting up in Edmonton with a team that's never going to win a Stanley Cup when he's there. So. I mean, a little bit there. Cody's trying to fire me up. He knows how to push my buttons. Next thing he's going to say is, I was expecting a Drew Doughty comment next. But anyways, check out our poll question again. I'm going to throw the link in the chat here. Our Nashville Predators versus Canucks Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel poll question: who has the better chance of making the playoffs in their division, the Vancouver Canucks or the Nashville Predators? Not a ton of votes. We'd love more votes. That's why I'm going to throw it in the chat here. But so far, Nashville still leading. They were leading by 60% early in the show, 53% right now. So a narrow lead. And I'm going to add that to the chat. And I'll get to all your comments coming in. We really appreciate it here in the second intermission of the Vancouver Canucks Nashville Predators game in Vancouver. Again, I got a buddy at Rogers Arena right now. He's probably sweating. So what are your other takeaways from this period, Chad?
From the second period, so for the Preds, I mean, this has been the biggest problem with them. Especially last season, and even since Matt Duchene really came on board, is their top players, their top core veterans don't produce in the clutch moments. And so what you saw in that second period was a lot of your great teams, they don't always play their best, but they still figure out ways to win. They figure out ways to score. They're your best players on the ice can be the one that overcomes the entire team maybe not playing their best period of hockey. And that's what I saw out of that Matt Duchene goal, is he took care of business. He saw a moment where he could score a goal, and he didn't. I mean, he just beat Demko, a really great goaltender. Those are the types of moments in games where great teams set themselves apart. I'm not saying the Preds are there yet. I'm saying moments like that is what can put them there. And so big props to Matt Duchene to score that goal in that big moment there, because they were down 2-1 when he scores that goal. So the game's really in danger of shifting fully into the Vancouver Canucks' hands, and Duchene scores that big goal there to shift momentum. So just that's the biggest takeaway there from that period.
Cody commenting, only way the Preds make the playoffs is if they play Ingram more.
No.
Not a Saros fan? Come on, Cody. You're a goalie.
Hey, Cody, hold on. Connor Ingram already got sent back down to the AHL. He's already back down into the minor leagues. He's not the full-time backup to UC Saros yet. It's David Riddick. David Riddick came off the COVID protocol list, and he's the official backup goaltender to UC Saros now.
Yeah, Cody, your favorite goaltender, David Riddick.
But I do like Connor Ingram, and he is an outstanding goaltender. He got his first career win just recently against your Minnesota Wild, Isha. And so Connor Ingram's going to be there. He's the future, but he's not quite there yet. He's back down in the minor leagues right now.
Yeah, that was a tough game to watch or to cover from a Wild perspective.
Yeah.
Cody's saying he's better than Riddick, though.
You're not wrong there, Cody. I'm not saying you're wrong on that, but I'm saying the Preds aren't going to commit to that right now. They're just not.
Fair enough. We have another entry into contest. That's a good segue for me to talk about it. Canucks victory 4-3. And right after I do this, Chad, I'll hand the floor over to you again to talk about the second period in this game. Any takeaways? You can plug your podcast again as I make sure I didn't miss anybody. I got to do a little bit of scrolling here. For the most part, I think I've jotted everyone's down who's entered the contest. Just want to make sure that I don't miss anyone. For anybody just joining us here in the second intermission, and we'll be live throughout the third period, and we'll have a post-game show. Don't worry, but you don't have much time to enter the contest. You have up until 5 minutes into the third period, 5 minutes in on my stream. So that's actually 5 minutes and, or I guess it'll be, 5 minutes and 30 seconds into, into the third period. You have a chance to win this 20 miles, 20 smiles hat, courtesy of our friends at Gong Show Gear, the leader in hockey apparel right now. They're doing amazing things there at Gong Show Gear. And all you have to do to enter is in the live YouTube chat. You just have to give your game prediction. Tell us who wins. Tell us the score. If it's correct, you have a chance to win the hat. I'm Maddie. We know Bud. He wants to win. Him and Sean, they want to win this. Well, I'll let you know in a sec here if you have a chance to do so. I dropped the poll question in the live chat, so please go vote on our poll question. Chad, I'll hand the mic over to you for a few moments here as I make sure I didn't miss anybody in our contest.
All right, so yeah, everyone, this third period is going to be a roller coaster. Buckle up, because this entire game has just been a roller coaster, back and forth. Even up 3-2, I don't feel safe at all cheering for the Preds here. It's one of those games where, you just take your pick. And so put your final score predictions in there if you haven't already. We're getting ready for this third period here. Like I said before, the biggest change in this game is on the power play. The Preds are 2 out of 2, and the Canucks continue to not be able to connect on the power play, even though they're showing a little bit more promise. They're starting to figure some things out as the game goes on. So my biggest X factor right now for this third period is the Preds got to figure out a way to stay out of the penalty box, because eventually the Canucks are going to figure this out. I feel like the Canucks are starting to make some things work on the power play. And if you keep giving them opportunities, they're going to figure it out. You got a 1-goal game here. The Preds can't mess around with that. They got to figure out a way to keep this at 5-on-5. And I like their chances to maybe finish this game off with a win. But if this game keeps going to the penalty box, I don't like their chances to hold the Canucks off of not only tying this game, but maybe even winning this game. They've already had 3 power plays. You can't keep playing with fire if you're the Preds. So,
all right, I think I got everyone. Because our chat's blown up, I can't go right to the early parts of the stream, but I will double check at the end of the game. And look, in confidence, if you comment, "Yo, I won," we'll double check. We can screen it on YouTube. But I'm pretty sure I'm caught up with everyone here. Again, if I missed one or two, just comment, "Hey, I'm the winner. This was my prediction." We'll make sure to fact check. But again, the contest is going on until the 5 minutes into the third period. What do we got in the chat here? Daniela says, "Sup, idiot. Sup, idiot."
Okay.
Matt says, "I hope I win." Oh, well, we know. Cody saying Canucks win 4-3 in OT. Pedersen with the winner. Wouldn't that be something beautiful, Cody?
That's not a crazy bet at all. That's actually a really good prediction. I can't even.
Oh, this is good because he did play in Vancouver too. Part of that Ryan Kessler trade, Rich. Lucas Spiza.
That's Rich. That's my co-host for Catfish on Ice. Again, go follow Catfish on Ice at Catfish Ice. We're on 77 episodes now. We cover the Preds. That's my co-host Rich, and he for some reason has an infatuation with Lucas Spiza. I don't know why.
Hey, he hits hard. I'll say that much.
He played, I think, one game for the Preds and then just never was seen again.
He's been a suitcase for a while. But again, I mean, like a little bit of promise in Anaheim, a little bit in Vancouver, and then it just kind of fell off.
Well, fans here in Nashville are not even sure if he even exists.
I mean, we love Lucas Spiza, apparently.
All right. Fair enough.
Again, get your entries in. If I missed you, if you won and I don't just emphatically go, oh, hey, this person won right here, go to my notes, just comment in the chat. We will fact check, but we need to get in touch with you anyway. So if you are the winner, if you did predict the right score, again, we'll double check at the end of the stream when I can actually scroll up to the top, because we have had so much interaction here. I can only scroll so far, but we have to get your information too, that we can send you this prize. So if you do win, if you did predict the right score, again, even if there's more than one of you, we have a bunch of prizes here at the Hockey Podcast Network headquarters, and I'll get all your information via Twitter at VI Sports Talk or at HockeyPodNet. And if you're not on Twitter, hello at the Hockey Podcast Network.com. You can email your information to us as well, and I'll write all that in the chat so no one's left out by the end of it. But almost at third period here. Anything else that we should tee off? Anything else that we should cover? Anything else that we should, bring up based on the last two periods thus far? I mean, I know we covered quite a bit, and we have covered
a lot of the ins and outs. But I gotta say, regardless of this outcome, and honestly, I hate moral victories here. And the Preds absolutely need to finish this off because they're winning 3-2 going into the third period.
Yeah.
But the way they're playing tonight without Phil Forsberg is very commendable. I really respect it because I'm sorry they're not at full strength, and Phil Forsberg is a huge miss out of this lineup. And so the fact they've somehow figured out a way to score 3 goals is pretty impressive. Now they got to
missing the scoring,
but they got to figure out a way to finish this off. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Canucks can figure out a way to score a couple goals here. And so this third period is going to be fun, just like the rest of this game's been fun. It's been one of the best games, most exciting Preds games I've watched this season. Actually, like it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, and we really appreciate everyone kicking back, cracking a cold one, watching this game with us. Puck drop is about to go down, so we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side, we will be back for some third period hockey. Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks, live here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. You have 5 minutes to get your entries in for our contest. 20 miles, 20 smiles from our friends at Gong Show Gear. 5 minutes to throw your per game predictions in, score, and who is the winner. And we'll reconvene at the end of the stream. Pop back in here or send me your information at VI Sports Talk. Game is back on. We'll be back on the other side. Thanks to everyone joining us here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. All right, and we're back for some third period hockey. I mean, right off the hop, again, Vancouver Canucks pushing. They don't want to give this one up, Chad, and they gave up a goal going into the third period. Yeah,
they're picking up where they left off in that second period. Honestly, I know they're losing 3-2. I know they gave up a couple goals in that second period,
and they're being outshot. But you wouldn't think it watching how they're playing, right?
I think this is one of those games where the analytics are going to tell the story here, because even though the shot totals aren't entirely impressive, I would say, the quality of these shots have been very impressive. I'll be very interested to see some of the analytical parts of this game. But yeah, it's kind of, I feel like the Canucks should have way more than 23 shots on goal at this point in the game. It's kind of weird that I guess the Preds are doing a really good job of blocking shots. I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But it's really odd to see that the Canucks are being outshot in this game, because it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, the Canucks have a little bit more trouble finding the lanes I mean, they might, get a bunch of shots off, but I don't know how many are actually going towards the net. Unlike Nashville, who they shoot, they're pretty precise on it, at least getting to the net. Rich saying back and forth game, fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that all stream, and I appreciate you joining us all stream, Rich. And thanks for the follow on Twitter. Look, my guy.
Hey, Rich, my co-host Rich is actually also a closet Boston Bruins fan. So
well, then just unfollow me right now. No,
do that with what you will. He's actually not even a closet fan anymore. He's very outward about it. He loves his Boston Bruins.
I just can't, Rich. I can't, man. I can't. It was a catalyst for my city burning down.
I'm sorry I put you out there, Rich, but you're very open about it. You love the Boston Bruins. Look
at this. I mean, Brad Marchand. I'm not a fan of Brad Marchand, but give it to Bergeron, give it to Big Z when he was there. A lot of respect for just how great that team was able to stay dominant with bringing in some of the players that they did. I mean, Charlie McAvoy too signed that big ticket, but he's a stud on the back end. I mean, Pasta. I mean, all the respect to the players who should get respect.
What is going on right now? We got Matt Benning out here sitting on his keister. We got play stopped. Got to figure out what happened here because
Podkolzin's like, come on, guys! I spent the summer fishing in Siberia. I don't need to be fishing for a puck here.
The way this game has gone tonight, that's a really odd thing to see in this game. Is just like a guy just sitting on his ass and just plays just stopped. All right, you got a Canucks offensive zone face off here. So let's see what they do here.
Yeah, excited to see also fans back in the seats here at Roger.
Awesome.
I literally just saw someone who I follow on Twitter. That's hilarious. I haven't seen my buddy yet, and I know around where he's sitting. So I'm keeping an eye out for my boy Dylan right now. Maddie's saying that he thinks the Canucks are going to win. Justin, let's go Preds. They got this.
All right, Justin, you put it out there.
Justin's just in shock right now as well.
All right. Well, let's see what he's in shock about. I don't like what I'm seeing. Oh, it looks like the Canucks are getting a penalty called on them, and they're not happy about it.
No, I'm not happy about that one either.
Cross-checking there. Is that what they called there? No, not cross-checking.
Hooking? Let me
see. If
it's hooking, it's weak. I'm sorry.
I'll go ahead and say that right now. I will be totally unbiased here. That was a weak penalty that benefited the Predators there.
They're like,
I didn't see much. I didn't see much.
He tapped it, man. That was barely look. And Bo Horvat's a very, very good captain, very, very respectable player out there. Like, he's not a dirty player at all. And like I didn't deserve that one.
That was a soft call. I'll go ahead and give you that, man.
So Nashville on the power play. On the power play, the Vancouver Canucks, their penalty kill is not that bad. Someone in the chat, hit me up with the penalty kill numbers. I don't know exactly where the Vancouver Canucks are at right now.
All I know is the Preds are already 2 for 2 on the power play tonight. That's one thing I do know.
That is true. But although they for the most part some pretty nice goals. I mean, come on now.
They were. That's an unfortunate penalty though, because I don't feel like that was a penalty you call at this point in the game. That
was the refs pretty much being like, okay, look, the Canucks are killing it right now. We got to slow this down.
I don't know.
Jeremy Lee saying pretty bad. Yeah, no, it was bad indeed, Jeremy. Thanks for joining the stream. 1 more minute, by the way, to enter the contest if you haven't already.
Get in on it.
You have 1 more minute to get your goal prediction and final outcome of this game. Tell us who you think's going to win. Tell us by how much. Just tell us the score. You have a chance to win 20 miles, 20 smiles, courtesy of our friends at Gong Show Gear. At the end of this game, if you're tuning in and say it's a game-winning goal or it's the outcome of the game, just hit me up in the comments or on Twitter at VI Sports Talk with your goal prediction. And, I'll verify it. I'll scroll up in the chat. We had so many people commenting and the chat's been blowing up throughout this entire stream that I literally can't scroll to the top, and I'm pretty sure I got everyone. But again, just hit me up at VI Sports Talk or the Soda Pod, or even just in this chat when the game ends, because we will be going another 10-15 minutes in our post-game show. We want to make sure that, we didn't miss anybody who entered the contest, which at the end of me just going off there, it is done. It's done.
So the Canucks kill off the power play there. The Preds got nothing out of that power play. Like poetic justice, if you will, because it was kind of a weak penalty.
Yep.
But the Preds got absolutely nothing going on that power play.
I'll take it, man. Johnny Canuck and I will take it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny about this jersey is it's a Reebok, and it's almost 8 years old. Now, it's still got the tags. I don't wear it that often. But, I saw it on Instagram. It was like a post from like years ago, and it was just like a one-off night at the Canucks team shop. The players never even wore it. And it has the Johnny Canuck V on the shoulder patch there.
Nice.
And it's a little bit different than the Abbotsford AHL Canucks one. But I called the Canucks store and was like, I don't care if you have to go in your basement. How many of these do you have left? They literally went in the basement. We're like, we have 4 left in medium. And I was like, I'll take all of them. And I ended up getting 2 for free because there's a shipping issue. So I have 4 of these bad boys.
Well, there you go. I have a Preds hat that's a Reebok hat that I swear if I ever lose it, I'm going to be crushed because it's my hat. It's like that flimsy, perfectly worn in hat that just like, it perfectly covers my bald head and just makes me just pop. It makes me pop. I'm actually not wearing it tonight. This is not the hat.
Okay.
I don't even know where it's at, but it's a Reebok hat, and Reebok's hard to find with hockey stuff now. I don't know.
Well, it's because Fanatics took it over, right?
Fanatics. So this is a Fanatics hat.
Yeah.
But I really liked. I love this Reebok hat I have with the Preds hat, and I wish I had it with me with an arm's distance. But if I ever lose that hat, I will be crushed. This is the perfect hat.
I'm so particular with my hats. Not that I'm like. I'm too crazy with it. Just like if someone buys me a cool hat for like a gift or whatever, and it fits and it's my style, then I'm gonna rock it. Like I have a cool like maroon and turquoise Anaheim's Duck hat, right? Like the old school one with the old logo.
Oh, nice.
And I'm gonna actually, it was brand new. Someone, I think in college, I had a house party and I don't even know who, but it was left there, and I'm like, I'm not calling anyone. I'm keeping this bad boy. So I wear that one every now and then, but for the most part, I'm a sicko in the fact that like. I go to the local, the local sports store, whatever, hat shop. In Canada, it's called Lids. I don't know what you got there in Nashville.
We have Lids down here too.
Oh, you got Lids too? Oh, there you go. So,
it's in every mall.
Yes, it is. Go to my Lids. And so you'll know those black or just the colored snapbacks with just the green under the brim. Chad, I buy like 20 of them at a time and then don't buy a hat for like 5 years. I have like 6 left in my closet that are just brand new. And when it gets too worn, I use it as my workout hat, bring in a new one that I have my workout hat.
I can't, I'll be fully honest. I can't pull off the snapback hats. I got to wear these like netted trucker hats, and I got to cover, I got to cover all this real estate. I got to cover all this.
Hey, so, well, I mean, this hat that we're giving away, it looks like it's right up your alley with the trucker hat mesh there.
I would totally wear that.
Again, this is a comment-driven stream, so anybody tuning in here, comment on the game, throw any questions, topics our way. Send us any questions about the game in regards to what we think about what's going on as well. The chat has been tremendous throughout this entire night, and the stream has been so much fun thanks to all you. And again, big thanks to Chad who jumped on riding shotgun with me, covering the game through a Nashville perspective, which, man, this watch along wouldn't have been the same without you, because I'll go off on the Canucks and I'll, quite frankly, and I mean, cover your ears, Justin, but I'll bullshit a little bit about the Preds. Overall, I'm a Preds, I guess, fan. Like, I like to root for the Preds. And on my podcast, the Soda Pod, my co-host just always rolls his eyes because he's like, yeah, you just give the Preds way too much love, and they keep breaking your heart. In 2017, they broke your bank.
They break a lot of hearts. Yeah,
but 2017, that was a hard one. I really thought I was making money that
I got a quick trivia question for you. I don't expect you to know the answer to this, but I want to ask you, how many years in a row have the Preds made the playoffs? They have a playoff winning streak going right now that's in jeopardy of being lost this year. How many years in a row have they made the playoffs? Come on, let's see what you know.
I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but I would have to say it's like 12 years running. No, maybe even more.
No, like made the playoffs?
Yeah. What is it? I mean, did I miss one in between?
No, they've made 7.
Oh, okay.
So they missed the playoffs the year that they let Barry Trotz go. They finally.
I should have known. I went for the higher number just in case, but I knew there was some lull in between. But they've been pretty good for the most
part. They're going for 8 in a row this year. 8 in a row making the playoffs. But this is why the fan base is so fed up, because they don't want to see this team make the playoffs anymore. They want to see them actually win a big game and actually do it all. Unfortunately, this roster this year is probably not a Stanley Cup team, let's be honest. But that's why
neither are the Vancouver Canucks.
But that's why the fan base gets so fed up all the time and they're so upset, is because they're over making the playoffs. It really doesn't get the fan base excited anymore to make the playoffs. So that's kind of why you see all the anger out of the fan base here.
Yeah. So Carrier's in the box right now for the Nashville Predators, Vancouver Canucks on the power play. Chad said it. I mean, that's another penalty kill, or that's another.
So my prediction's right. If they don't take another, if they don't take another one, I'm pretty sure my prediction was right that I made in the what was it, the first period? I don't even know.
Yeah, but, and JT Miller doing JT Miller things. I love it. But yeah, I mean, the Vancouver Canucks, they looked pretty good on the last power play. Hoping that they can sense the urgency here and now that there's still quite a bit of time here in this third period, but being down by 1, doing seemingly everything right.
How did that not go in? He hit the side of the net. I'm pretty sure.
Was it post or was it the mesh there?
I don't know, but I thought it was in. I thought for sure that was a goal. Like, I don't
back to the comments again, because this is a comment-driven stream. Oh, yeah, I mean, that did look like a goal. How do we feel about Ben Harper doing dumb Ben Harper shit all night? I mean,
I told you, people hate Ben Harper down here.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been no positive comments, and if he's brought up, it's been all negative here on the live stream. Justin saying Chad has the magic words tonight. For those who just joined us on the live stream, I mean, everything Chad's kind of talked about has come true, and it's
don't put the pressure on me.
It's scaring me a little bit. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
lie.
well, I'm probably gonna. I don't want to make a prediction right now because it might just completely blow up in my face.
The real jolly Roger says we need one more for the over. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Justin saying, I 100% thought it was a goal. I mean, it spooked me.
Oh,
too.
we got a breakaway, shorthanded breakaway. Demko makes it. Demko made the save.
Man, that's what the second or third scary shorthanded breakaway.
Another a little bit of a weak attempt, I want to say. Sissons is not going to be confused for being an offensive type of player, but
no.
But he broke loose, and let's see. I'm looking at the replay here now. I mean, he that was a good defensive response, though. That they kind of like the Canucks kind of made a good play there to alter his shot on that breakaway.
And Keith, I'm not even going to try to butcher your name. It's an unbelievable last name, though. I wish there was a hockey. I wish you played hockey, because that'd be a sick hockey jersey to have. But you're saying, come on, Nux. Reed, thanks for continuing to watch with us, Reed. Again, everyone here, don't be shy. Drop a like and subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Travis Green, oh, this is great. We were the better team, and he's going to say that if we lose. And I mean, he may be right, but Travis is saying, Reed saying that he's a clown.
All right.
Power play is Maddie again. I hope the Vancouver Canucks win tonight. Pick me for the car.
I don't think we're giving out a car, Maddie.
I ain't giving away a car, Maddie. I'll tell you that much right now. I'd have no smiles and no miles left if we were giving away a car. I'll tell you that much.
Actually, I do have a broken down car in my backyard you can have. You got to come get it, though.
I'm very interested on that. We'll get into that later. The real Jolly Rager says, tell Chad to call a goal. For which side? That's the real thing, right? I don't know. Who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for, a real Jolly Roger?
If you want me, if they're going to really put my feet to the fire here, I think the Canucks are going to score another goal, and we're going to go to overtime.
Yeah. Mark Ross saying, how about we talk about what's going on in the game? Let's talk about We've been talking
Let's
about
talk about it right now.
We've been talking about what's going on in the game for 2 hours and 31 minutes, Mark. You want play-by-play? Like what do you want here? What do you want in the third? Let's get into it.
But hey, Mark, I will tell you,
I don't care about a car. I care about the game. Fair enough, Mark. Fair enough. We were giving away. Sorry to cut you off there, Chad.
I smell a Canucks goal. I really do. I smell a Canucks goal coming.
And I mean, Nashville, though, their passing play, again, throughout this entire game, though they don't step on the gas all throughout. I mean, Chad was saying that they are a streaky team, and we've seen that tonight. Their passing play has been amazing. Mark saying, I don't care about a car. I care about the game. Don't worry, Mark. You came in right at the right time, because we had a contest going on throughout this live stream. It just ended because it was a game prediction to win a hat, not a car. So we're messing with that a little bit. You know, some of our viewers have been here all night.
How the hell did the Canucks only have 24 shots on goal? I don't even understand it. Like, that doesn't do it justice for how much pressure they've put on. Oh, there we go. Oh, did he miss the net? Wow.
Yeah, just barely. Mark saying, more prizes.
Okay.
You missed it,
Mark.
You missed it. You should have been here earlier, buddy.
Mark's pretending like he doesn't want to hear about the car, but I think Mark wants to win a car tonight.
He says he smells a Canucks goal. I need one, please. Give me a Canucks goal. Chad, give us a Canucks goal.
Figures that Mark's a Canucks fan. I'm just kidding, Mark. I'm just kidding.
The real Jolly Roger. Oilers win championship. I mean, look, the Oilers will make the playoffs. They're not going to win the Stanley Cup. It's crazy, Chad, that you say that the Canucks only have 24 shots though still, because Nashville's they're just on the brink of 30. And again, you would not have guessed that watching this game.
This game doesn't feel that way at all.
Mark, he says
and we also know that the Oilers are going to lose in the first round of the playoffs again, probably. So we'll just leave that there.
So the comments are coming in hot here. I love it. Keep them coming. Mark says, I would have won that prize. I mean, if you would have had the right goal prediction and outcome, you would have won the prize. We haven't given it away yet because we don't know. Mark says, right, I need 40.
Hey, Isha, I got another big stat here for you as there's a break in the action, and maybe this will give us some information on why the Canucks have so few shots on goal, even though they're putting all this pressure. The Preds have 19 blocks tonight, whereas the Canucks only have 11. That's a big deal. And I have been seeing a lot of block shots tonight as well. So
yes,
the Preds play that way. They hang their hat on that. They really want to play that dirty style of hockey where they just want to block shots. They want to make it easier on their goaltender. And so it's working tonight, 19 blocks. So maybe that's a big reason why the Canucks only had 24 shots on goal.
Our friend Kim Isles Girl says, damn, I missed the stream.
No, you didn't. You're here.
You're joining us now. We still have a ton of hockey to talk about. We have the rest of this third period and our post-game show, as you know very well. You did, Isles Girl. You missed a chance to jump in on our contest. The chat has been, on fire tonight, just like when you joined us for the Rangers game. So appreciate it, Isles Girl. By all means, stay with us until we hang things up here tonight. Low key hate the Preds. They're an Isles kryptonite. She's an Islanders fan. As you can see.
Are we really kryptonite? I didn't know. I didn't realize that.
But saying shoot.
So hey, Isles Girl, you got our beloved head coach Barry Trotz. And just take care of him up there. We love Barry Trotz. And if the Preds, honestly, we know the Preds probably aren't going to win a cup this year. I would not be upset at all if the Islanders won a cup.
Barry Trotz, he won a cup for one of my other teams that I follow, the Washington Capitals too.
Yeah.
So
he's such a great coach.
All respect to Barry. 100%. Like the guys know how to coach. Look at that. Isles Girl saying we're 0-5 against the Preds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are.
How far back is that going?
Mark says, back to what's going on in the game. TV timeout.
All right, Mark.
Hey,
Mark,
we appreciate it, Mark.
The game's back, Mark.
We appreciate it, Mark. Go to Sportsnet Radio if you want the play-by-play. We're here watching the game. We're going to give points. We're going to talk about what goes down. But again, just full disclosure, I'm not jumping on here pretending I'm, Shorthouse or Cheech.
Mark, I have some play-by-play here. UC Soros just drank out of his water bottle.
riveting
that's
stuff.
That's my analysis right now.
Predators ain't got time to bleed. Mark's either laughing with us or laughing at us. Either way, I don't care, Mark. You're joining us, and we really appreciate it.
He's probably laughing at me. That's like my life story. So,
Osgo says, "Now love Nashville Nation. Love your fan base."
Thanks.
As long as we've had Tross, we're 0-5. That's just
okay. That's a good stat. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay,
that's just like one of those hockey gods things right now.
Yeah.
So where's the penalty going now, Chad?
See, my prediction was wrong. See, I'm not that good.
Another Nashville.
They took another one. I said they would take 2 or 3 more. They've now taken 4 more. So I was wrong.
So what is it? The 5th penalty?
I don't know. They've
it's 5 or 6.
This is what I was worried about. This is exactly what I said in the second intermission. I said the Preds cannot do what they're doing right now.
Oh, and that was a hold if I've ever seen a hold on Hamonic. He was holding on to his arm for dear life there.
No, of course. It was definitely a penalty. I'm not disputing that at all. But this is just what they do. This is what the Preds do. They take penalties. Better or worse.
Oh my God, I actually bet he would do that. I love it. Well, I mean, again, Chad is more. Someone else, I think it was Sterling, commented on this earlier in the chat. He said that Chad has more confidence in the Vancouver Canucks power play than Canucks fans, and he is right. I mean, I'm as a Canucks fan watching here, like I don't really even think we have an advantage. I really don't, based on how it's been going.
But Isha, they're 0 for 5. Eventually, they're gonna connect.
You say that what are they? 0 for?
They're 0 for 5 right now.
Yeah, but they're 1-20 now in the last 5 games, I believe.
I'm just saying, like it's. Well, there's a bit. There's a big clear there.
Trotz loves Nashville too much to beat us.
He might be onto something there. Trotz loves Nashville. That's true.
Blitz Duel saying it's 3-2. It is indeed 3-2. David Jewell, any UK channels to watch the game? You should check out NHL 66. For hockey stuff, check out our boy Odd Man Rush from UK, one of the best hockey YouTube channels out there. Mark saying, please, Canucks, stop screwing around. How are they down? Honestly, Mark, how are they down? With the amount that they've been on the power play, with the amount of, prime chances they've had. I mean, they've held Nashville to 27 shots for like almost 12 minutes now. How are they down? I don't know. I really don't.
So you've got about 30 seconds left on this Vancouver power play, and the Preds are they've got it pinned on the boards here. They're not letting Vancouver really set anything up right now.
Dave Jewell said, bet big on Canucks. Should I cash out? I don't know, Chad. What do you think?
That would take a lot of guts. Let's see what's going now. We got a Preds player without a stick.
That's never good. That's never
a good thing.
Canadians dominate.
This is literally hanging on by a thread here on this penalty kill.
Oh, come on, Vancouver. Come on. The Real Jolly Rancher says Canadians dominate.
So the penalty is officially killed, but the Canucks are still pressuring. So
Mark 2 for 20 coming in. There you go. Oh my God.
That won't matter if they tie the game here, though. I'll tell you that right now.
David, how much time is that? Don't cash out. Ride till the end, my friend. Let's do it. I'm gonna make a bet on DraftKings right now too, using promo code THPN. Let's go, Canucks.
I'm telling you right now, the Preds are literally treading water to keep this game 3-2. Like, I don't know how in the hell. And it's not even because Saros is having to make saves. The Canucks can't get shots on goal.
No, but they're like there's some plays which like it's promising, but they just can't finish.
What is going on here? I feel like I'm.
The comments are coming in hot. Keep them coming. Isles Girl says Ehlers got to watch himself though. By the way, McDavid OT winner against the Rangers is just lacks words. It's nuts. I mean, I heard that game was unbelievable. Blitz says, bro, I've got 42 parlays. All I need is 6 overall this game. All right, well then. You do you, my friend.
So you're seeing here on the replay.
Canada. I'm guessing Canada. Clover's here. Real Jolly.
You're seeing right now that the Preds, here's what they're doing. They're getting in the shot lanes, kind of what you were saying, Isha, earlier. They're getting in the shot lanes of the Canucks, and they just can't get pucks through right now.
Yeah. Look at it. David Joel. I love it. Ride together, die together. Here we go, Mark. No cashing up. Grab your balls.
Mark, I am so glad you're in the stream.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody tonight, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's been so much fun. Thank you so much. Josh,
wait. Nashville equals garbage. I just saw a comment. Nashville equals garbage.
Josh throwing up the Canadian flags, too. Nashville equals garbage. Hey, we got another Canadian in here. I love it.
Come on.
David, trying to find a stream in the UK is literally impossible. NHL 66. I don't know if you can get it. That's what I've been able to find. I'm sorry. Can't speak much more on the matter. Hopefully you can find it there. Balls grabbed, baby. Maddie's saying, win, Vancouver Canucks, win. Yeah, I mean, we're hoping just to get this into overtime.
If this game goes to overtime, it ends quick.
I don't know.
The way this game's going.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
And Bo Horvat, he's pissed, as we saw moments ago, him going to the bench. So, I mean, frustrated Canucks, because, again, you look at the shots, 27-26 Canucks. They've held Nashville to 27 shots for the better half of this period. Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah. Preds aren't doing anything. Preds have not put any pressure on this period to score another goal, really.
I should have made a sub-poll question. I mean, does Travis Green get fired right now or tomorrow?
I mean, this is literally the Preds just trying to survive this period and get out of here with the win. That's what they're doing. They're not putting any kind of offensive pressure on the Canucks to score another goal here, really.
Ooh, Carlos going hard on the money line on Nashville. Hey, we're grabbing our balls. We're sticking with our team, Carlos. We hope you do the same. What a night. What a night.
All right, we're down to 3 minutes left in the game.
Carlos, I'm praying right now.
Isha, when do they pull Demko out for the empty net? Around 2 minutes, probably?
Around 2 minutes, or if they have, some sort of momentum possession-wise. But I'm guessing 2 minutes. Travis Green, he's not too trigger-happy. So, I mean, as soon as the Canucks... I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. As soon as they get possession now, Demko's... possession and get the play moving upwards, that Demko is going to move up. Because I imagine Nashville's going to change after this,
here we go.
Play anyways. Yeah, here we go now. Final minutes of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
So Nashville's trying to get possession, but I think Demko is about to leave his net right now, I would think.
Oh, I hope. Oh.
Well, yeah, right now. It's coming right now. Yeah, Vancouver's getting possession. They're backing up.
Carlos crazy night. Mark saying Carlos is about to be down 4,500. Grab your balls, boys.
Oh, Vancouver just took a horrible icing. Oh, what was that?
Come on, boys. What the hell?
How are you going to ice the puck with 2 minutes left when you need to go empty net?
That's hilarious.
Big face-off here. Big face-off here.
Hey, Maddie, we said we can't announce the prize until there's a winner of the game, my man. Carlos, I had 600 on Jets money line, and the Jets smashed the Blackhawks 5-1. Everyone is smashing the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I'll always love that.
As a Canucks fan, I'm all right with that.
What's really funny is the Blackhawks and the Coyotes are in the same division.
Oh, poor Yotes. I honestly felt bad that they got moved, but there's only so much you can cry for the Yotes even outside of that organization.
It's just
I love our friends who cover the Yotes on the Hockey Podcast Network and Kat Silverman, but they are a joke of an organization. Yeah. Until Austin Matthews saves them, I don't have any more time for the Yotes.
All right, here we go.
The net is empty. Canucks really did. I mean, this is their push. This is their push to win the game. Mark wants play-by-play. We're silently watching this right now. But yeah, Chad, I'm a few seconds behind. So I mean, any comments you want in the last 2 minutes, even if it's close to a play-by-play. I mean, it's all you, my friend.
There's a little over a minute left. I mean, the Canucks have shown that they can put pressure on the zone here. This is going to be the longest 74 seconds that you can imagine right now.
Well, of this entire game, because this game has been such a high pace. And Carlos M, super dope stream. Well, definitely going to sub. You are the man, Carlos. Thank you so much. Join us earlier in any Canucks stream, and you'll have a chance to enter the contest too. But Carlos, we thank you very much, my man.
So the Preds, there's a timeout going on right now, and so the Preds are literally they've been pushed around for a lot of this game, but they have the lead on the scoreboard. So I mean, that's where you're at here, and so they see a reason to draw up this play right now, and they call a timeout. And I mean, this is going to be a long 74 seconds here because the Canucks
they can't afford to lose this, man.
This would be a really gut wrenching loss for both teams, honestly. But for the Preds, I mean, they don't deserve to win. I don't want to say they don't deserve to win the game. They've played a really good game. But the Canucks, they put a lot of pressure on the Preds this last part of this game here, and they haven't been able to figure out a way to get past it. So now they got the net empty, and here we go. I mean,
man, I love JT Miller again, and usually I give the Canadian bias to the Canadian boys, but JT Miller he's unreal. I mean, just in that timeout in the scrum, you saw him. He was telling the coach. He was coaching the coach. Yeah. Right there. I love that passion. He got the game winner for the Canucks with the New York Rangers. That was a slim victory from the Vancouver Canucks. They kind of pulled that one out of their ass late in the game. So let's see if they can do the same here. Yeah, Justin throwing us some love. Honestly, the watch-along has been a jam. Justin, you've made it a jam. Come back anytime, my friend. We love you, Justin. Thank you so much, man. Justin, Carl saying it's never too late. Vancouver can pull something out their ass. Let's hope so. They could. I want to give a shout out to Justin as well. Justin supports our podcast and follows it. And Justin, he's also in our fantasy hockey league on the podcast. So, Justin, we love you, man. Oh, on closing periods of the game, the mic is yours, Chad. All right, we got about 30 seconds left. And once again, the Canucks, big surprise, they are settling in the Pred zone. We got a frozen puck. This has, like, seriously been the entire – for the whole second half of the game, I feel like, I mean, the Preds have been on their heels and the Canucks have been putting pressure, but it's not even UC Saros. He hasn't had to make that many great saves. It's literally been just block shots, Canucks missing the net, not being able to perform on the power play. You can see the frustration coming out of the Canucks right now. And they've got less than 30 seconds to figure out a way to get this to overtime. So, Connor Garland's a little rat, and I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Jeremy Lee saying they might as well squeak out a third in the end. Alex Burrows with his French accent when he played for the Canucks said, we have to win the third. So that's why that's right, nice. Justin showing us some love. We're showing you some love too. Carlos showing some love as well. Carlos, we love you too. I mean, everyone in this live chat, it's been unbelievable. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been, I mean, it's a comment-driven stream, and you've driven the bus throughout all of this. So thank you so much. So everyone, it's looking like we have one more Vancouver offensive zone face-off to settle this game. Yeah, this is it right here. They win the face-off. They set something up. They could easily tie this game, but this is it right here. All right. Preds are good in the face-off circle. I'm telling you, they're good. That's one of the things they're good at. Oh, we got possession. Block shot again. And that's going to do it. It's going to do it. Big, gutsy win for the Preds. What a game, Chad. I'm sorry. I don't know if it was Justin who didn't like me swearing, but holy fuck, I'm sweating. That was nuts. That was a crazy game. That was a wild game. That was Nashville. That's a game. That's a game you show somebody who's never been a hockey fan. They want to get into the sport. You show them that game. Mark Ross game. Well, again, everybody, we've enjoyed. Mark's been excited all night. Then he just goes game. I love it. I love good game, Preds. We're getting the GGs all around. Carlos with the Smashville. There's a lot of ball grabbing. There was a lot of sweat. There was a lot of, well, there wasn't that much blood, but there was a fight. We will basically summarize this game, wrap up the show, give our takeaways from the entire game, first, second, and third period. On the other side, we'll get to all the comments too. Jeremy saying, thanks for the stream, boys. Jeremy, drop a like and a sub and catch us on the rebound. We'll be back. Thank you so much, sir. And we'll get to our prize winners as well at the end of this stream. I'm going to, do my research. I'll make sure that I got everyone here. But a 3-2 victory for the Preds. Off the top of my head, we got a lot of 3-2 victories for the Canucks. I don't think we got one for the Preds. I'll double check. We'll double check again after the show. We're going to dive into our poll or our poll question. We will dive into the poll question in which we have been we've been talking about throughout this live stream. We'll dive into our post-game show here on the other side. Nashville Predators defeat the Vancouver Canucks 3-2 in a very exciting game. It had it all. We'll talk about it all here on the Hockey Podcast Network live stream. We will see you on the other side. And the post-game show starts now. The Nashville Predators defeat the Vancouver Canucks 3-2. And what a game it was. Just wrap again throughout this entire stream, throughout this entire post-game show. The comments are going to drive it, so keep them coming if you're still around. Some people are hanging up the skates, cashing in their winnings. Look at that, Carlos. I'm going to go grab my winnings. Definitely will tune into the next stream. You boys enjoy Carlos. The rest of your night. Thank you so much, Carlos. And honestly, I still have to go through my notes because there were so many contest entries, which is what we love. But Chad, I think one of our two boys in Comox, I think it was either Maddie or Sean who won the prize. Like, no joke. Joke.
Maddie actually won the prize. I'm all for it.
Look, Maddie gave us like 10 scores predictions throughout the stream, but his first one was a 3-2 win. Oh, sorry, no, it wasn't Maddie because he wanted the Vancouver Canucks to win. It was the right score, but he wanted the Canucks to win. Maddie,
we gotta figure this out.
No, that it was right. Maddie did vote for the Canucks. He's a Canucks fan, obviously, from the end. Right. So I'm sorry, that was my bad. I mean, Chad, I don't expect you.
I don't remember seeing anyone predict the prize 3-2.
That's what there was a lot of Canucks ones for that. And again, I might have missed one very, very early, but I don't think I did. I reviewed my notes in the break. I did as much scrolling as I could, but our group chat has been just buzzing. So I think the 20 smiles lives another day. Again, after the stream, I'll make sure to do my due diligence and I'll get in contact with you if and when I can. Anyways, back to the comments here before we dive into some post-game comments. Isles Girls says, by the way, gotta say, nice Smashville flag. It's awesome, isn't it, Isles Girl? Maddie, I'm sorry for the tease. You didn't win. It was you predicted the Canucks to win, and unfortunately, for me, anyways, fortunately for our Nashville viewers, it was a Nashville 3-2 win. So, Maddie, join us next time, and we're gonna run the same contest. You have a chance to win this hat, and once this hat goes, every time I jump on the live stream, I got something to give away for our great viewers here. So again, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for staying throughout the whole show. The post-game show, though, is now. We want to keep your comments coming. Justin saying, I said 4-3. Yeah, close, but no dice. Justin, join the next one. Join the next one.
Justin, we appreciate the confidence in the press.
Tennessino with the game winner, though. Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad.
He did.
So yeah, Maddie, last time you didn't win today, but we really appreciate it. The score was right. The team that won, unfortunately, was the wrong team. The team that you didn't want to root for. The team that I wasn't rooting for. But okay, let me just catch my breath. I'm almost losing my voice here. It was mostly because of me yelling, "Grab your balls!" But yeah, what an exciting game! What an exciting evening! What an exciting stream that we've had, Chad. I mean, from
yeah, it was awesome, man.
From the moments we jumped on here, the chat was buzzing. From the moment the puck dropped, oh boy, Like, let's start with the first period. Like, what were the standouts? What were the takeaways in the start of this game that really, raised our eyebrows and got us buzzing?
The first period was really back and forth. I mean, right from the puck drop. Normally, you see some of these games where it's like, it takes time for teams to figure things out. It gets a little choppy for the first 3 or 4 minutes. That wasn't this game. This game was literally from the start, end-to-end action, back and forth. You were just waiting for the goal numbers to jump up, and they traded blows. The team traded blows through the first period, and it was great to see the Preds kind of wipe away that really tough loss, that ugly loss they had against the Oilers, which, let's be honest, a lot of teams are going to lose to the Oilers in ugly ways. And so it was really nice from a Preds fan perspective here. It was really nice to see the Preds come out in this first period and match the intensity that the Canucks also brought in this first period, which made this a really good game.
Yeah. Sean saying it's sad that Nashville is going to win. Well, Nashville did win, Sean, unfortunately. The Edler, which God, I miss Edler. Though maybe I don't miss him necessarily just on the team in their development, but hey, the Canucks were playing better when Edler was back there. It's a time for a coach change in Van City. The power play and the PK bites, and you can't just fire the head coach. Look, I'm okay with it. Again, I'm clamoring for Bruce Boudreau. He's not a long-term option, but he gets shit done, mind you, in a small window. So let's go, Bruce Boudreau, his last song with the Vancouver Canucks.
We're calling for a coaching change in Vancouver, Isha?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll keep an eye on that.
Let's do it. I mean, I like Travis Green. I really do. As a fan, it's not working this season. It's like, and this is the make or break season for the general manager.
It's too early? You don't think it's a little too early?
Again, okay, let put it this way. Would I be surprised if he's fired tonight? Absolutely. If the Canucks keep playing like this, 5, even 10 more games down the road, I think it's evident. And I don't think it's just Travis Green. It could be the entire coaching staff and the general manager, because Francesco Aquilini, owner of the Vancouver Canucks, is held on to Jim Benning way too long. He's been there longer than any GM in Canucks franchise history, longer than Mike Gillis, longer than Pat Quinn. Like, it's craziness. This guy's done nothing. The Canucks have not won a playoff round or two in the bubble. Big whoop. Anyways, the comments are coming in hot, so I'm going to get to them here. Shane Van Nice, and thanks for joining us throughout this entire stream, Shane. Really appreciate it. Nashville is Canucks kryptonite. They get a lot of penalties, and Canucks can't score on the power play. I mean, fair enough. Justin says, honestly, this was a surprise to me. I remember last time the Preds played the Canucks during the 1920 season. Man, Canucks were so lethal against us. Yeah, I mean,
Hey, Isha, I'm pretty sure Justin's referring to that game where the Canucks scored like 4 or 5 power play goals in one game.
Well, that's the thing. The last few years, their power play has not been...
Gotta go back and find that game.
Yeah, has not been of any concern. This season, it's been so bad. So bad. Sean saying, hope Canucks can win the game next time. Yeah, Sean, the game's over now. Join us next time on the live stream for a chance to win a contest prize. And hey, we just love your comments and you hanging out. The other is Bruce Boudreau or Mike Babcock. Personally, and again, this has nothing to do with their coaching style or anything that happened behind the scenes, because I know people have their opinions on Mike Babcock. Fair. We may not share the opinions. It doesn't matter. From a coaching perspective, I think Bruce Boudreau is a better answer there, because he is old school, but he can bridge the gap a little bit better than I think a Mike Babcock can. And put it this way, if the players buy into Boudreau, they play hard for him. When he was in Minnesota, the only reason he was let go, because they had a winning record. Minnesota Wild were not a bad team the year he got let go. They were let go because Ryan Suter and Zach Parise wanted to be coaches of the team, and the culture didn't mesh there. So they pretty much demanded a coaching change, and when they couldn't win without him, that's when Billy Guerin came in, USA legend himself, and said, "Get the hell out, guys. We're buying you out."
So, Isha, before you go along, I think Justin was referring to this game on November 21st of 2019. The Canucks won 6-3, and they had 5 power play goals in that game.
I remember that game.
There's Justin right there.
Yeah, I remember. Now you guys are talking, I remember that game. I remember thinking to myself, like, this is insane.
It was a
I'm
nightmare.
loving it, but it's insane.
It was a nightmare. Good memory, Justin. Good memory.
Isles says 2 kryptonites. Yeah, 2 kryptonites indeed. Some of my takeaways from the first period, before we just continue to summarize this game. Saros challenged a bunch early. Demko challenged a bunch early. I think, credit to Saros where credit is due, especially later in the game. Because in the first period, it was very much back and forth. Second period, I mean, there were, put it this way, in the first period, like every play was back and forth. One end to the ice, other end of the ice. One end to the ice, other end on the end to the ice. The second period, it was like Nashville came out in the first half of the period, I'd say overall. Second half of the period, the Canucks just absolutely dominated. Then, ironically, Nashville gets the goal late in the period going in to the third. In the third, it was all Canucks. It was all Canucks.
It was.
So, the goalie battle was throughout this entire game, but was really evident in the first period. And Horvat, I think, looked very good in the first period too. He had a great chance, which was almost a goal. Anything to take away from the second period besides Chad's predictions coming true of both the goals looking very similar for the Nashville Predators and the penalties?
Yeah, so the second period was really a tale of two different periods. The first period, or the first part of the second period, the Preds kind of did well, but really what changed everything was that goal by Matt Duchene, that clutch goal where he broke loose, got on his backhand, and just made an elite goal scoring play. And when I say elite, I don't use that term lightly. There's not many players in this league that can make the play that Matt Duchene made to score that goal.
Fair enough.
The Preds were down 2-1. It was a very quick decision he had to make to score that goal. He had a player on his back. He got loose, got around the defense, and he's got a great goaltender in Demko who's there. And go back, everyone, and go look at that goal if you haven't seen it yet. Duchene beats Demko. That ties it at 2. I'm telling you right now, if he does not make that play, maybe it goes to overtime, but I'm telling you, that was the turning point in the game. And then the Preds get a late goal by their rookie, Tomasino. But really what stands out to me is that goal by Duchene. He stepped up and made an $8 million type of player goal there.
Yeah. Hey, the TSN turning point, as they say up here in Canada.
Yeah, there you go. So that's really what it comes down to.
No, totally agree. And it's like I had the exact same things in my notes at Duchene bold. I'm like, Duchene tonight! Exclamation mark!
Yeah.
We'll go through some of the comments here. The Edler, I like old school coaches. Green pulls the goalie with 3 minutes left every time. They're down a goal and it always costs them the game. All the way back to Vegas game 7. Hey, fair enough. I think, look, I don't want to dissect Green. Like, I don't think he's been dealt up until now the right cards always, but I'm okay with him being fired because it's not working right now. Whatever he's doing is not working right now. And the Canucks need to win. They made this offseason very, very evident that like we need to win this season. And I'm okay with an old school coach. Babcock, he's not my first pick for the Vancouver Canucks. I just don't think he'd fit in that culture. Bruce Boudreau, someone who can still bring the old school, but also, I don't know how to reach the players. That's what I want. I mean, like what's going on with Sutter in Calgary. That guy's as old school as he gets, yet he's able to get the best out of a Johnny Gaudreau. I want to find a coach like that to come to Vancouver and do the same. And I'm just personally a fan of Bruce Boudreau dating back to his time with the Washington Capitals and Minnesota because I love both of those two teams.
Well, I'm telling you right now, even with this win, there's still a lot. The majority of Preds fan base wants John Hines gone. They don't believe in him at all. And so I don't know what John Hines can do short of winning a Stanley Cup that's going to make fans like him. So we're kind of in the same boat here.
Travis Green joins the chat saying, "Bring Torts back."
I got to tell you, Tortorella looks very comfortable in his TV analyst gig right now.
Let's just say his contract is a lot more lucrative there as well. Donald, late to the party, but you're back. Donald's a good... well, we met him on the last stream. We heckin' love Donald here. Donald, yes, the Canucks lost, but oh boy, was it an exciting game. Donald, Dylan's not here. He was actually at the game. So we're joined by Chad Minton of the Hockey Podcast Network.
What's up, Donald?
On Ice Podcast. Donald's awesome. We were going through jersey talk, memorabilia talk, and all that stuff in the post-game show against the Rangers. So shout out, Donald. I don't know how long you've been watching, but thank you so much for commenting and saying what's up. Shane Van Ice saying the Raptors and the Canucks, both my teams, both lost by 1. Hey, Statman, that's the stat of the night. The Raptors losing by 1. Raptors losing by 1, I think, stings a little bit more than a hockey goal. Losing by 1 point in basketball, that sucks.
Ooh, yeah.
Edler says a coach who preaches a forecheck like Vegas and a decor that stands them up at the red line. Any coaches like that out there? I don't know, Chad. What are the coaches off the top of your head who are available right now, just looking for jobs?
Oh gosh, I haven't even. I'm going to be totally honest, and I haven't even looked at the coaches. But obviously, Boudreaux is a big one. But honestly, I got to say, there's a really good head coach right here in the Nashville Predators system that's in the Milwaukee Admirals system for the AHL, Carl Taylor. That's who everyone wants to replace John Hines. Carl Taylor has developed the Preds prospect pool into one of the better prospect pools right now. And so if you're looking for a coach who hasn't been on the NHL level yet, but can be that next person up, look at Carl Taylor, who is the head coach of the AHL affiliate of the Nashville Predators. He is he should be next in line to be a head coach in the NHL.
Hey, Dean Evison came from that Milwaukee program too, and he's the head coach for the Minnesota Wild. It's a great AHL system, just all around. And I'm dating it back even to 15 years ago. Like, it's always done well.
Yeah.
Being affiliated with Nashville. I thought we had another comment here, but we don't yet. But I want to ask you something quickly. I know we're going a little tangent. Yeah, we'll wrap things up soon here because I know we're going 3+ hours and chat again. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been so much fun.
Man. I've loved it.
So just talking about Milwaukee, and this just actually came to the top of my head. Elias Pettersson's older brother, I think it's Marcus Pettersson. Don't quote me. I'll look it up here in a sec. He actually played for Milwaukee in the Nashville organization for, I believe it was 2 or 3 years. Now he's back in the SHL, and he's been back there, I think, for the last 2 seasons. Do you remember any hype on this guy at all? Obviously, baby bro. I mean, he had the hype around him. But Pettersson,
I gotta be honest, I don't.
So ripping it up in the SHL, we all thought, a lot of people in Vancouver, and just NHL insiders, Craig Button actually from TSN said that like he might have been one of those, SHL, free agent chances that someone signs in the offseason or when their season's done last year. I obviously, from a Vancouver Canucks perspective said, bring Pettersson's older brother and let's just see if they can even mesh on the power play, right? But yeah, he was, I don't know if he was drafted, but he was brought up. I think he was drafted late, 4th, 5th rounder by the Nashville Predators organization. Don't think he's still under contract with them anymore, but I did know he played in Milwaukee, and regardless of if he's not in the NHL or not, and I'm bringing this back full circle, he's dominating all-star in the SHL point per game, if I'm not mistaken. So again, credit to Milwaukee developing young players to play pro hockey.
Yeah, I mean, our prospect pool is looking really good right now, and that's kind of where the Preds are at. They don't know whether they want to be a playoff contender or whether they want to rebuild, but their prospect pool is looking very, very solid. I would call it a top 10 prospect pool right now in the league. I'd be very safe to say that.
I agree. I think LA's up there too.
Oh, LA is very far up there. But the Preds, they had a really bad prospect pool going up to just a couple years ago. And if you look at their draft classes recently, they have a lot of really promising prospects. And so they're looking good right now in that department. And Carl Taylor, remember that name. He is next in line to get a head coaching opportunity in the NHL. If it's not for the Preds, I think he deserves a shot somewhere.
I'm taking note. So in the third period, I mean, we said the Vancouver Canucks were dominant. A lot of special teams were on display there. The Nashville Predators took, was it 6 penalties? I should know this because I had the thing up there, but
I'm pretty sure the Canucks went 0 for 6 on the power play tonight.
Okay, 0 for 6 on the.
Let's fact check that just to make sure. But
I'll bring up the Edler's comment as you're looking that up there. Said, sadly, when my team loses, it affects my moods.
No, it looks like,
I guess that's passion. Yeah, Edler, hey, I get it too, buddy. Trust me. But you've uplifted my mood joining us here on the live stream, so I appreciate it. But that's passion, and that's sports fans. The best sports fans, that affects their mood. So I respect that. As long as you don't burn down the city when we lose in Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals and Edler, we can be
all right. I got a stat that's gonna mind blow everyone here. Like, I mean, I don't try to cherry pick stats ever. I'm not that type of person, but you can't overlook this. The Preds blocked 28 shots tonight to the Vancouver Canucks, who only blocked 11. I mean, that's just, I mean, you can't overlook that. I mean, that's not cherry picking. That just really stands out to you. And so really, when you're watching the game tonight, you see the Canucks are getting plenty of zone time. They're getting plenty of opportunities to find something. And honestly, the Preds, they made UC Saros' life a little easier tonight because he did not have to be as sharp as you thought he was going to have to be, because you're watching this game. The Canucks had plenty of offensive zone time, and you're blocking shots. You're getting in lanes. This is how you win games. Games where you maybe didn't play your best, maybe you didn't have the best offense going for you, but the Preds figure out a way to win the game, and a big part of it is those 28 block shots.
And what did we say throughout this game, especially in the third? It feels like the Canucks should have more shots. Why is Nashville out shooting the Canucks when the Canucks have held Nashville to 27 shots for 15 minutes? That's why. And it also goes full circle to our comments of, Nashville, they're getting the puck on net because they're being able to shoot from the blue line through the lanes. With the Vancouver Canucks, they were shooting from the blue line. It just wasn't getting anywhere because there were so many bodies in front. So, hey, credit to the Nashville Predators tonight for all of that sacrifice to get that win. I know the Edler, it sucks. Canucks are 0-6 almost every game. I know it brings down our mood, but an exciting game. Put it this way, I'm a big MMA guy. I watch a lot of UFC, Bellator, even Glory Kickboxing and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter who I root for at the end of the day, because I always pick one fighter. I just have to. That's me in sports. I got to pick a team. If it's head to head, I can't just, I enjoy the game. But having said that, if the fight is good overall, I don't care if my pick wins or not. I really don't. Yeah. So I think that's how I'm feeling about this game is, it sucks the Vancouver Canucks lost a game in which they probably should have won, but credit for the Nashville Predators for making it a game, making it an exciting game to do a watch along for, and to stay here with Chad. Eller, I'm older. Did you know Canucks fans actually had a mini riot in '82 when they lost to the Islanders in the Cup Finals? Were 3 riots for Cup Finals. Eller, I'm just shy of 30. I did not know that there was a mini riot. I know about New York when we lost against New York. Even though the Canucks lost in New York, the Canucks riots happened in Vancouver. And then I was downtown. It was my actually grade 12 year of high school. I was downtown during the 2011 riots. Luckily got out before the madness started. I actually waved down a van cab, and I live on Vancouver Island, the Edler. So I waved down a van cab. No joke, Chad. People with baseball bats put on their balaclavas, exiting the van, and just went to town, went nuts. There was mob mentality there where a bunch of people just kind of lost their minds, but a lot of people came downtown to riot after that game. Non-Canucks fans, non-sports fans. Anyways,
there's always opportunities.
Yeah, flagged down the cab driver and was like, get us to the ferry terminal. And he's like, thank God, man. Thank God. So, I mean, that was nuts. I had some friends who, were hospitalized after that too. It was a terrible way to end, an outstanding season and run for the Vancouver Canucks. I don't even know if it's funny. I'm going to say it's funny. One tidbit of that is hockey, especially Vancouver Canucks, they don't make international news, especially out in like the Middle East at all. Why would they? Yet like Al Jazeera and some of these smaller like Middle Eastern and even like Eastern European countries who don't broadcast a lot of hockey, in Western Europe too, it was international news, the riots. And apparently some of the media folk in Vancouver were getting texts and messages from like actual like reporters and war reporters from Al Jazeera being like, what's going on in Vancouver? Like, what government are they trying to overthrow? And they had to reply saying, no, they had just lost a hockey game.
Oh my gosh.
So people riot overseas and even in the States and stuff like that for political reasons. In Canada, we lose a hockey game.
A hockey game. Yeah.
Yeah. We got a couple more comments before we wrap things up here. Chad, and again, thanks for riding shotgun throughout the whole thing. Do the Canucks have a big salary cap gap? They can get marquee player too. They're really good players. The thing is, they don't have a lot of cap space right now, bringing on Oliver Ekman Larson. They just re-signed Pettersson and Hughes. They're going to have to re-sign Brock Besser next year. There's no cap space. There's no cap space at all. I'm scared they might have to trade him, honestly, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The Edler, across from the Coliseum, they put a car through a house fence and a yard and lit it on fire. The car was painted Canucks colors with a big yellow orange. It's good to see Nashville so passionate. Looks like sellouts every game. I mean, the fan base there. Before we wrap things up, please speak on behalf of the fan base there, Chad.
So yeah, the sellout streak just came to an end this season. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but they had a really long sellout streak, and it came to an end for a lot of reasons, a lot of different factors. A big factor is obviously because the team's just not has high expectations, but the fan base is so hungry for a Stanley Cup here. So Nashville's never won a professional championship in any of the major sports. So you got the Tennessee Titans here in the NFL. They've never won a Super Bowl, obviously. And then you got the Nashville Predators. Those are your two major sports teams in Nashville. You've got college sports that are a big deal here. But when it comes to the Predators, there are fans who have been following this team since 1998 when they were an expansion team, and they were a very blue-collar expansion team, not like the Vegas Golden Knights. And so these fans are as diehard as you can ask for, and they're still going to the games right now, even though the team's not as good as you would like them to be. So the fan base is outstanding. There's bad actors in every fan base, of course. But the chants, you'll hear all these chants when you go to a Preds game. You're on Lower Broadway in Nashville. The pregame atmosphere is something you can't beat. And so it's awesome. So I really do encourage anyone who's never been to a Preds game, even if you're an away fan, come to a game, enjoy Nashville. No one's going to give you a hard time other than some fun trash talk. Go to a Nashville Predators game next time your team's in town.
Chad, I'm like – Nashville's on my list, and I've actually started doing some filming. Now, I'm no videographer by trade, but it's something I want to get into. So I bought a nice camera. I'm crushing like 4 hours, 5 hours a day every weekend, practicing editing. And something I really want to do is actually do a road trip from Vancouver Island to Nashville and hit up a bunch of hockey markets in between,
that would be awesome.
Whether they're NCAA, junior B in a random, buttfuck nowhere town in the state, and just document the whole thing and then, come party and smash it. Because I'm a music guy.
You better tell me when you're here.
Oh, 100%, dude. I'm a music guy. I mean, we have albums and records hanging in our studio here. Music was my first love before sports. I mean, I have to go to the music capital of North America, arguably the world, in Nashville, right?
I mean, it's debatable. We are a music city. We are music, and
don't sell yourself short. I've heard.
Well, let me say something. Let me say something real quick. The thing about Nashville is everyone thinks that Nashville is country music, and that is not true. There are pockets of Nashville that are grunge, that are hard rock, that are folk music,
jazz.
That are
I've heard about the jazz scene in Nashville too.
There's a great jazz scene. There's a blues scene in Nashville, actually.
And that's my shit. That's my shit.
Now, Nashville's not on the level of New Orleans or Memphis. Don't get me wrong here. But what I'm saying is Nashville is actually a melting pot of music. That is absolutely true. Now, everyone wants to think it's country music. And yes, if you love country music, you will be right at home in Nashville. But it's not just country music. Don't come to Nashville if you're a music lover, but you don't like country music, because you'll find there's so many great music venues in Nashville.
I got to go to Tootsie's. I hear the great things. I got to hit up Tootsie's and all.
You got to go to Tootsie's. You got to go to Tootsie's. But I mean, here I'm going to break it down for you. When you're on Lower Broadway, right in front of Bridgestone Arena, where the Nashville Predators play, I'm not exaggerating here, everyone. You're within walking distance. You do not have to call a cab. You do not have to even think about a car. If you are at the footsteps of Bridgestone Arena, you're within walking distance of at least 50 bars.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
And probably out of those 50 bars, obviously I'm estimating here, at least half of those have live music.
Lovely. Ear Candy Media. Not a fan of Nashville, but had an awesome experience at a Preds game having glass seats. I was afraid to witness the fans when they scored, sorry. but being behind enemy lines during the chant was epic. Ear Candy, did you see any catfish get thrown on the ice? And Chad, do you know? I mean, you must know, being a Nashville resident, but like you know the origin stories.
Yes, let me tell it. So I got to give a big shout out to Catfish Jake, who is the original person who threw the catfish on the ice.
He was on radio in Vancouver recently, and it was he was crying. He was so this is how much I love my team.
I'm gonna find his Twitter handle is at Jacob Deverall, DEVERAL, Jacob Deverall on Twitter. The Catfish Jake. He snuck a catfish into the away game in the Stanley Cup final against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The security staff literally escorted him out of the building for it. And he tells a story. He's actually been on our podcast. He came on our podcast. I can't remember what episode it was, but he came on our podcast and told us the story. And he got taken down into this room at the Pittsburgh Penguins home stadium, and they're like taking this serious. The security guards are like very pissed off.
I read about it, yeah.
And he says he'll never forget that there was this one police officer, Pittsburgh police officer, who just starts busting out laughing. And he's just like, how the hell did you pull that off? And starts laughing.
Dude, he drove, right? He drove to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
With that sucker in a cooler.
And he taped it up against his leg, I want to say. And he's done it. He's done it since then a few times. But actually, oddly enough, the Bridgestone Arena has actually tightened up on not wanting it to happen, even though it's part of the team. Which, don't get me started on that, but they actually don't want it happening.
In playoffs, it's happening regardless.
They've actually threatened to ban fans from coming to games if they throw a catfish on the ice, which makes no sense because the team itself promotes it. But we won't go there because we'll be here all night. But
I'm gonna do you one better though, because that is a great story. That's not the origin story, my friend. I forget if it was one of the original presidents or one of the part owners of the Nashville Predators, but this is back in like 2000, in their first season when they maybe it was 2000. Anyways, in their either the first or second season, and the promotion team. So it must have been the president or some part owner, someone who had stake in the team. And I should know his name because I have the clip. I saved it off the radio waves. I got my friend who was on air to send it to me. But basically, they had like they had a think tank going in the room, a bunch of suits, and they were trying to think like, what can we do? You know, what can we do to fire up the fans? What can we do to make Nashville unique? You know, there's the octopus in Detroit. There's the rats in Florida. This and that. They're like, maybe we do something like that where we facilitate, you know, fans throwing something on the ice. And so they all look to the Jack Daniels bottle and go, okay, no, that won't work. That won't end well. We can't throw bottles of Jack on the ice. So they started drinking Jack instead, right? Tennessee Pride.
Wow.
And I forget the gentleman's name, but he looks out the window into the river downtown and goes, catfish. It's native to the South. It's ours. It's Nashville. It's catfish. So he actually, you know, someone who had stakes in the team went to a home game, sat near the glass, and snuck it in himself, and was the first one to start that tradition. So internally,
it goes way back.
So full circle, internally, this tradition was started, and now Nashville wants to.
I've always taken the catfish on the ice as a troll job to Detroit Red Wings because they threw the octopus because they were
Ear Candy says it right here. Sounds similar to the Wings and the octopi. Yep. They should keep that tradition going. So, yes, they should.
The Red Wings were kind of our first rival when we came into the league. Not because we were anywhere on their level. The Red Wings were like a dynasty at that point.
Yeah.
But what I will say was when the Preds came here, there were a lot of homegrown Red Wing. Anyone who was a hockey fan around here, they were probably a Red Wings fan. And so I remember one of the first Preds games I went to was against the Red Wings as a kid, and it was literally a Red Wings home game. And so that's the ultimate troll job, is the catfish on the ice to their octopus.
I love it. Well, Chad, I'll tell you right now, and we're about to wrap things up. We've gone on just about 3.5 hours here. We'll run down the poll question. We'll give thanks to everyone, but I will say this: when I make it to a Nashville game to finish that documentary, I don't care. Security pins me down. I'm gonna try to get one of those suckers on the ice.
Okay.
So you can hold me to that. You can hold me to that.
I'll assist in it. I'll figure it out.
Yes.
I'll be your wingman.
Amazing. All right. Results of the poll question, which was who has the better chance of making the playoffs in their division, the Vancouver Canucks or the Nashville Predators. Nashville led throughout the night, 57% leading this poll this evening.
Still close.
Ear Candy Media saying Yarncroc was what hurt. That's why the Wings hated the Preds. I mean, Yarncroc's still a little newer than I think what Chad's referring to. But anyways, we understand. So thanks to everybody who tuned in and out. Those who are still here from the beginning. Wow, we really appreciate it. This has been so much fun. Chad answered the bell late, ladies and gentlemen. Like I'm saying, like I didn't want to do this solo. Like what, 2 hours before the stream, Chad's like, I got off work, Isha, let's fucking do it. And I was hell down. Ear Candy, you guys stole him. I mean, yeah, they did.
He's referring. So, hey, that's the David Legwand trade. I know you remember David Legwand.
Oh, of course.
So we sent David Legwand at the end of his career to Detroit, and we got Cal Yarncroc. So good call there on the trade there, because that was a really good trade for the Preds. It turned out.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ear Candy and the Edler, please subscribe to our channel. Throw us a like if you've liked what you see, and interact with us next time. I mean, I'll be doing a bunch of Vancouver ones throughout the season. Chad is probably going to be doing some Nashville stuff this season as well. Yeah, good stream. Thanks for having me. Anytime, the Edler, please come back. Drop us a sub and a like. Ear Candy, he wasn't what was expected. I joined late. I'll be sure to come back. Oh, thank you so much again. The comments and the viewers, they make the stream. It's a comment driven stream, and it's so much fun hanging out, watching hockey, and talking to all of you. Justin saying it was super fun. I had to step away and walk the pup. That's all right, Justin. You've been around all night, and look at that. Subscribe. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I meant about leg one, not expected. All right. I usually say keep the comments rolling. If you want to say your goodbyes or final takes, throw them in there. We got to get to our sign off here. But again, like, subscribe. We'll be back individually or together next time the Canucks maybe play the Nashville Predators. Chad, I'd love to jump back on and do this with you, as it's been
January 18th. Hey, I already looked it up, Isha. January 18th, the Canucks are in Nashville.
Justin will be back. We'll be grabbing our balls. We'll be making bets. It'll be a back and forth game. Before we sign off here, Chad, where can the folks find you on Twitter, social, and please pump your podcast?
Yep. So I'm the host of the Catfish on Ice podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Go follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We're on Facebook as well at Catfish Ice. My co-host is Rich Howe, who is an awesome co-host. I love him. We do episodes every Monday and Thursday. We talk all things hockey, not just Nashville Predators. We also get into some other sports every now and then if it's big. So definitely go subscribe to our new YouTube channel at Catfish Ice on the YouTube channel as well. Isha, I really appreciate you bringing me on tonight. It's been a blast.
Yeah, man. I can't believe we still have our vocal cords running. It's insane.
And it was a great game, too.
After a full work day from each of us jumping on here, it was an outstanding game. Folks, again, for the remaining viewers here, check us out. Like the video, like all the videos on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Please subscribe. There's going to be a ton of watch-alongs this season covering pretty much every team in the National Hockey League. We got a few faces of the channel, a few regulars, but that's what we do here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. But again, we are the Hockey Podcast Network. So go check us out, thehockeypodcastnetwork.com. We have part of our network, a team covering every franchise in the National Hockey League, plus original content and niche content. I mean, if you're into hockey fights, we work with Darren at Fourth Line Voice. If you like hockey storytelling, well, we're the executive producers of Tales with TR. That's right, Terry Ryan's podcast, which he's like the best hockey storyteller out there. And we have so much more. So again, the hockeypodcastnetwork.com, we have something for you. If you're into Minnesota Wild and craft beer, check me out at the Soda Pod on Twitter. For everything else, go check us out, the Hockey Podcast Network at HockeyPodNet on everything. everything. And my handle's here at VI Sports Talk. You want to throw me a follow on Twitter, I'd really appreciate it. Again, great game. Yep. Yes, it was. Ear candy. Justin, final comment here saying, I'll be back. Haha. 2 days after my birthday, the next game. Let's go. That's amazing. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure joining everyone tuning in and out of this live stream. The 20 miles, 20 smiles, it lives on another day. Thanks to everyone participating in the poll question, the comment thread, and the contest. Chad, it has been an absolute slice. We will catch you all on the rebound from Isha Dromi, Chad Mitten. This is the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Good night.
See you later, everybody.